Oh, we are live. I'm live on somebody else's stream. Y'all, somebody let me in there. And they're not even here. All right. Welcome to the Jeff and Moose and Jeff experimental drama emporium. We're going to see what happens tonight. This is all, we're winging it. So let me bring on my co-host for you. We'll get this started. King of the Daddyverse.
What's going on, Jeff?
Welcome, welcome.
It's a beautiful day, isn't it?
It is kind of. I was out earlier. So, I see you have a menu.
Yeah. Okay, we do have a menu tonight, folks.
We're trying something new here on this panel, at least.
This is a Sunday special, folks. Might be only Sundays, might be only today, might be never again. Who knows? Might be every time. So now, we would like to allow the audience and the contributors to the stream to be able to make their own choices and choose their own paths. As this is an open panel, we want you to be able to contribute from the crowd. And so, if you're over in Jeff's channel, you can hit that little money button in the corner and you can donate towards any of the things on the list. We've got name changes, we've got kicking people out, we've got topic changes, we've got throw the whole panel out and just monologue. We've got it all, folks. So, and if you're not over at Gen X Jeff's and you're in mine, you can hit that Cash App. That Cash App is still a virgin, hasn't been hit yet. So we'll see how it goes. But really what the whole thing is about is hopefully facilitating some conversations that, either entertain people, enlighten people, or inspire people. And sometimes we get people on the panel who, at a moment's notice, they switch it up and they just aren't really like fit for the panel, and the people out in the crowd know that. And if you guys want to, open up your pocketbooks a little bit and share that fiat currency, I will dance with the devil tonight, so to say, and I will let you guys choose your own adventure. That's all I got for that.
And I might even be the devil dancing later. We're all about self-empowerment here and self-determination, so we thought tonight would be a chance to empower you to help determine what happens on the stream. So you're not at the mercy of the panel dictator, the panel tyrant. What do they call mod gods, panel gods anymore? So we'll see what happens. Other than that, it's going to be an open panel, as always. So the link should be pinned in my channel, and I don't know if Moose has it ready in his.
Oh yeah, I should pin it. See, smart one. Didn't even
throw it out there. So feel free to come up. We're being pretty liberal about who we let up, except for the same trolls that I don't let on my panel, I'm not letting on this panel. So don't think because this is Moose's thing, y'all are coming up here tonight either. At least as long as I'm here. But other than that, come on up and then use the panel menu. Take people off, add people, whatever. Get creative with it. And super chats are still, at least in my stream, you can still suggest things through super chat. Daniel Barry, good to see you. Happy Sunday.
What's going on, Daniel Barry? And I also tested this out. Based Oracle was over on my channel one day. We were having some good conversations, and he was getting super chats in his StreamYard, and so we could still see it. And just so everybody knows, Jeff and I both have the controls to the door. So if you are sitting in the back for a little bit, there's probably a reason like we keep you back there. And then if you're pulled up, feel free to enter the show right when you get pulled up. What's up, Dolbies?
Hello. I just thought I'd call on in, You're
the first again.
Yeah.
What's up? What time is it there?
Right now, it's 10:30 p.m., right?
Saturday night. Sunday night.
Yeah.
It feels
But
like a Saturday because tomorrow's a holiday.
well, not for me, but it seems like I'll have a holiday either way because I think my lecturer is sick, so I'm not sure if I'll actually have a lecture tomorrow or not. So I may just get the whole day with
Oh.
nothing. But it's something I'm actively searching through, but I didn't really want to just look through the school website without, that's boring. So I joined here so I can multitask and
Okay.
not be as bored.
Body doubling. What class is it tomorrow?
Psychological research methods.
Oh. That's the one you liked.
Okay, yeah, no, it's just cancelled.
Ah.
Nice.
Oh, well, lucky for you, we're doing an all-day stream tomorrow.
Well, okay, I've already promised someone my time to talk with a friend tomorrow, so you won't get me all day.
Okay, I guess.
And
I
I've
guess you could
promised
talk to the
myself
friend.
at least one walk through the city. So there's a lot of promises.
Okay.
Right, let me just...
Silence is golden sometimes, folks. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe not on a stream, though. I'll be honest. That's not really
Right.
the place for that.
Well,
It's
fill
all
it with
about
something.
filling
What
the
did you do
holes.
today? Huh?
I said it's all about filling the holes, and he fills the holes.
Okay, sorry.
You didn't fill that one.
No, I didn't. I didn't even know if you're talking to me or not.
What did you do today? How did you spend your day?
Today, first I just talked a lot with a friend. I've cleaned the whole house. That's what I did.
What? That sounds weird.
Yeah,
College students clean their house.
I had to. It's a disgrace, but I had to.
I like
what
this
I've
is
guy.
seen your background. There's nothing wrong with you. Oh God.
I like this guy. He keeps a clean house. Man, numbers just dropped. A college guy cleaning his house. People were like,
Clean
I'm
your
outta here.
Jordan Peterson. Clean your room, and
Yeah.
look what happened.
We're competing with Jack Talcott right now. I guess Jack went live early, so I guess we're at streaming battle right now. But
And
you know what?
we're competing with midlife bro logic.
Oh, Bra Logic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's doing the Gaza polio outbreak, and Talcott's doing the.
Well,
Peace
God
and
bless
love.
him.
Yeah, you're right. We're up against some heavy hitters,
Heavy hitters. So,
but we got Dolbez, so I'm.
what I did this morning though, I took my family to the local fair, and man, it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. First thing we got there, we were like the first row of cars. Got there bright and early. Walked through the doors. The donut shop was right there. They're making handmade donuts. They're giant donuts. They were just making that oil nice and hot, and it was like, oh man, when you get that first like the food right off the,
It had that fair smell.
oh, so good, so good. Oh, my wife and daughter they shared a honey glazed one, and that was bomb. I mean, absolutely delicious. And then I had I thought, oh, cinnamon sugar will be good, and it was really good. But man, it's hard to beat that honey glaze. And then we're walking around, and I'm waiting for the lemonade stand to open up, and they have the like the sheepdog trials. So they got these sheepdogs herding sheep, and they've got like a championship going on. So we sat there and we watched these sheepdogs for a little bit, and played some carnival games, and you know what I mean? Like we did the
Did you win
thing.
anything?
And then yeah, it was this throwing game, and you gotta throw like a hacky sack,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you gotta blow the balloon up, and so we got something there, and then we walked over and we went on the Ferris wheel, and I wasn't gonna go on the Ferris wheel because I was like, oh, whatever, it's cool. I'll let my daughter and my wife go on it, and next thing you know, the dude's like, "Nah, come on, come on." And so I said, "All right, cool, I'll go on it too." So I'm chilling on the Ferris wheel with them and stuff. Just doing the normal life thing that like I'm not used to doing. Like, I mean, I guess I am, but I'm not. It was so normy, but it felt good. Eating all those like fried foods and like walking around and seeing all the animals, all the goats and the cows and llamas and shit. And they had one place had pigs that were shipped in from New Zealand, and they were on the verge of going extinct. And they're the fourth smartest mammal in the world. And so there's a bunch of like farms, like small farms that are trying to like keep them alive and repopulate the earth with them or whatever. So that was cool. But that was my morning.
Wow, that sounds fun. Did you ride anything else?
Nah, unfortunately, she's so tiny that
Mm,
she can't ride anything. The
yeah.
Ferris wheel was the only like ride she could ride, and that's with us.
That's like those little traveling carnivals that come in.
Um, kind of like
We used to have
everything
those.
is portable,
Yeah.
but it's like it's animals and then the carnival part. So it's because there's like a farming community out here.
Oh yeah. Did you did you feel uncomfortable being normies, like being around normies?
Oh yeah, it was cool.
Oh,
Yeah, it was totally cool, man.
because I remember in Mexico you went to some the pig, was it the pig races?
Yeah, the
And it
pig
looked like
race
you
is
were having fun
awesome.
there.
Yeah, you know what? I have fun at those things, especially when I see other people having fun. It's like I love to facilitate a good time. Like,
Yeah.
that video we saw earlier was kind of a oh, we got red down there. I wonder why Jack gets better numbers. Hilarious.
Because he has more hate watchers.
He has a ton of hate
We're
watchers,
just
and
more likable
Red's
people.
one of them.
We don't draw the hate. Although I think we're
Lately,
starting to move up the charts.
yeah, I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool. I know it seems kind of corny and stuff, but I really like the homesteading thing. I like to learn more about like keeping animals and farming and shit like that. I'm all about like putting my hands in the dirt, so
Hmm.
I like stuff like that.
Yeah, that sounds something even I want to do.
Now,
Yeah, not
now
me.
tell us
Not
about
me. Herbology is not for me.
The what?
Herbology is not for me.
Oh. No, it's just something about like being in the dirt, being outdoors, doing something physical, and
Yeah,
also something relaxing. Like I even find mowing the grass relaxing when I used to do it.
Yeah, I mean, like I enjoy doing yard work. I genuinely enjoy it. I like seeing how my yard looks, before and after. I like taking care of my areas, and I don't know, a lot of people don't seem to enjoy manual labor, and they don't seem to enjoy like taking care of their stuff. Like a lot of people will go pay someone else to take care of their stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Who else is live?
It's all
Well,
good. Go wherever you feel
should we peek at
comfortable.
Talcott?
Uh,
He's probably just. Is he still doing the monologue?
I mean, we could peek at Talcott. I mean, let me
It's monologue. He's still in the monologue. He's only 9 minutes in.
okay, can someone send a link to this Talcott guy? I gotta actually hear something from him.
Oh well, you're luck because he's in the
oh,
middle of
you're
his
gonna hear
monologue
it.
right now. Here you go. Hang on.
Here we go. Here we go
Nah.
again. Groundhog Day is here.
So that
Oh,
reminded me, and I've been sharing this in the other in the past few days the reminder. Today could be the day. Today could be the day where everything changes.
Let's make it the day.
Like
Let's do it.
everything.
Yeah.
The day is soon.
It could be today.
So what is the day for
Day
you
is
from
soon,
your mind?
and
What
the
is
time
the day
is
that
now,
your
brothers
heart
and
is
sisters.
excited
Let's
for?
hold hands, and
And how
together
far
we
away
can
is
sing.
soon? Is it
It's
right
right now.
soon,
It's right
or is
now,
it far
Jack. Right. It's
soon?
like you're on
I
your
mean,
stream.
all of
We're on
these
this shit. It's
things.
all happening right now.
It's part of the mind game. The
It's part of the
game
mind
life.
game, Jeff.
How are
Damn.
you going
See,
to
I
look
always
at
get fooled.
time?
I
How
thought it
are
was
you going to
happening.
look at yourself? How are you going to look at definitions?
That doesn't sound like the day.
How
That
are you
sounds
going to
like
look at
something
change?
you do on any
I got
ordinary
some other
day.
notes here. I'm inspired today, but really my hope today is fellowship and fun.
We'll see how that
I headed
goes.
out to church this morning.
Nice.
Fellowship and fun. That's what we're here for too. So I guess who's going to bring the better fun? We're having a fun
So
off.
maybe we messed up. Maybe we should have joined Jack. I don't know how. We can't do that now.
Yeah,
though.
it's
We
too
got
late
three of
now.
us. We're already open. Panel's already open. We got to
I
tell
mean,
Jack to come here.
could you go join and I could stream from here?
That's what. Okay, here we go.
Join both.
And you can
Stand
mute it
up.
when you don't want to hear it and stuff. And you can
Meet
run this
Jack.
panel. I'll be back. I'm diving deep.
Okay. Oh, see, he already has me producing and coordinating. This is what they do. People will coordinate their appearances on other streams, and another thing they'll do is they'll sit in Discord or in a chat and talk and plan what they're going to say in comments and on the stream. So some of this is being produced from behind the scenes, and now here I am, a part of it. All right.
What's going on, Jack? How you doing tonight, brother, man?
I'm feeling blessed, truly blessed.
Man, I feel like I hit a brick wall. I didn't realize you were going on early. I didn't.
Oh, it was spur of the moment.
Dude, you didn't tell that man you streaming.
Yeah, because I'm streaming you guys. We're streaming us right now over on my channel because we were
Hey,
doing a
Jack.
hangout stream with me and Gen X Jeff. We're not doing a hate stream over there. So I was like, man, how do we get us over here? But I can't get those two over here, so it's just me and you then.
That's all right.
It's
Yeah,
very
Jeff
exciting.
said that you guys were doing something, and I don't mean to run the same time.
No,
doing fine.
nah, it's not even like that, man. It's I want you to be there. We facilitate good conversations together, and I think if the right people are in the room, then we can continue helping each other out to grow, and not just me, but everyone.
That's
know.
what I intend to be doing.
Until I until I let it get sloppy over there, I was having all kinds of good conversations. And then I got a little sloppy, and then you know how that
Yeah.
goes. When you let the
Yeah.
wrong people up, chaos reigns.
Yep, that's why I quit going there again.
But you're a valued guest, and you're a valued friend. You're a valued person.
Well, I appreciate it.
I can't read your chat for some reason. They're probably hating.
No, not really. Actually, Moostopia and Talcott.
You know what? If it's the last days, Jack, think about it. Would you rather go out like being cool, being chill, like trying to make connections with people and trying to network and trying to like build community, or do you want to go out an asshole? I was looking in the mirror. I every time I start getting real with people, I start thinking about it. I'm like, well, that's you.
Getting real with yourself.
That's the
Getting
way
real
the
with
universe.
myself.
That's the way the universe works.
Oh wow, he
is
said
you're
that
going to
on
bring up
Jack's stream. This is
reflections of yourself, so that you
It's too
can
much
learn
power.
from them, and decide, is that what I want to be, or is that what I not want to be?
I don't want to be nice though. I don't want to be walked on and be somebody's doormat and
Wait,
like.
I thought you said you were. Oh, wait, I forgot. You have a
Yeah, but
show. God.
being an obnoxious bully, it's not very cool either.
That's true. I think
See,
Barney would agree.
these guys are down here. They're saying, "Don't be foolish, Jack. He's up to no good.
They don't trust you?
He's a snake, and I will never watch his channel."
They talking about you?
Red 40 saying, "Be authentic, asshole." It's like I can't even come over here and make a regular conversation with you, Jack, without it being misconstrued as some kind of twisting or
Production.
turning.
Well, you do have a
Which
reputation.
it is. 'Cause
You've earned
we're
it.
here.
I mean, no offense, but you've shown your loyalty and disloyalty to different people. And I know where I've stood.
Ooh, Moose went to
So,
serve it to Jack, and he's
I mean-
getting served.
and admittedly, if you look at it from a different perspective, it sounds like you joined over here to promote what's going on over there.
Oh.
Um,
It's kind of right, though.
so
Damn, you
Moose,
know what?
you got clocked.
You are kind of
Abort,
right about that, I
abort.
guess, Jack, because I wanted you to come over there, and that's kind of selfish of me. So, what is the topic of the day?
the day is soon. It's about perspectives.
today.
Thank you, by the way. Thank you. Hey, and we got another bright light, another man of God, truly. And Moose, you are too. You
Bright
are
light in
too.
his
I see that with you as well.
Background. I can't even
You're
see
a
his
good
face.
man.
It's so bright.
Welcome, Isaac.
Welcome back, Isaac.
Cheers. Thanks.
Why
I've
does he
gathered
have such a
myself,
Christian name?
trying to work on my mind and not
Oh.
trip out. So
I love it. Can we go into that? Work on the mind.
yeah,
Yes.
No.
I get defensive and then it turns into like anger or like aggression that I don't even mean, and I don't like that part of me.
Oh, see, now he came with
It's
some
a
real
normal
shit.
tendency within us. It's our insecurity. That's what's coming up, is our insecurity. But the insecurity, we have to be honest, and it's nobody else's doing, and they're not responsible for our reactions or our anger.
I keep trying to tell
The,
people that. I said
The
it today.
insecurity can be conquered, right? Just by paying attention. This was a note from earlier. What we think doesn't matter. What you think
It
of,
does. I disagree
what you
with that.
think about
It
will
matters.
affect what you do. Okay, so if you're thinking about the future effect of this experience, you might get upset. You think about the past. I'm explaining this poorly, but
Oh,
what it comes
reflection,
down
maybe
to is
he's
pay
talking
attention
about.
to what you're thinking. I mean, it really,
I mean, on
I
the
said it
surface,
doesn't
it's
matter,
correct. It's
but
just
what we
on a
think
deeper level, I'll disagree.
truly matters.
Because
And
emotion,
so
like our
the
emotions,
power
are
of the mind
affected by the narrative
is
that they're filtered
to
through.
practice
If
no
we're gonna have a
thought.
conversation about what
And
he's saying, we
forgive
should probably
ourselves, right,
recognize the
Jack?
volume as
Because
well.
when we're,
Oh wait, he's
you
not
know,
supposed
when we
to
feel
mute him.
guilty about something or when
Oh.
we're angry about something, we
Do what?
gotta let it go. We
Oh,
gotta
wait,
let
it's
that
not working.
energy go.
Hang on.
Thank you. It's
Okay, do what, Dobes?
I mean that if we're gonna comment on what he's saying, we should probably lower the volume of that stream so we can
be
actually hear
honest
what
with
we are saying.
ourselves.
You know what? That's an excellent idea. How do I do that?
If you practice
It's
Aren't you
not giving me
watching-
those
paying
controls.
more
Aren't
attention
you
to
watching
what
it
it
for
is you're
YouTube,
thinking about.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't have that
distance
power.
yourself from the thought so that you see
What?
the bigger picture.
I'm just a co-host. Moose, I think Moose has to do it.
Okay.
Now it went mute completely, at least on my end.
Yeah, I can't hear anything either. Although he, you know, this is what I mean by this panel verse seeming so real and representative of reality, because Talcott is exactly how I imagine a glad-kristen, or what is that? A euphoric Christian? I don't know. There's a specific term for the type of person that Jack Talcott is in the Norwegian language. Just that type of Christian, and it's a stereotype that those are much more common in America. So
What's there's a Norway has a specific word for it. What's the word?
Okay, it's called glad-kristen, which translates to happy Christian, but I think euphoric Christian is a better translation. Just say, Christian, all about the love and happiness and peace
and love and end wars.
Yeah.
And capitalism and no lies or secrets between us. We're all going to live openly, peacefully, and with no conflict.
My only encounter with such people is I was walking. So when I was younger, I used to walk my little sister back from school, and a few times when we were walking, there was the one lady who's she's not a Mormon, she's a Baptist or something, I think. A very fringe group in Norway, and but she would always walk past you and Jesus loves you, or why are you laughing? Jesus loves you more, always that kind. So that was my only encounter
with.
That
to you?
Yeah, just we were walking home from school and talking with my sister. She's laughing, and then this euphoric Christian just. Why are you laughing when Jesus laughs more, or Jesus laughs greater, or something like that, which is very interesting.
You should go Talcott, tell him this.
Maybe. I need to eventually experiment and visit the different spheres.
I don't know. To me, it's kind of lowbrow for you. I would find it, unless you're doing field research.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need everything to be highly advanced and academical. I can just relax, It's not like I'm incapable of that. No.
That was my bias.
But you are correct. I do prefer more theoretical discussions.
So you were saying something about the thinking when he said that thinking's not important, or it doesn't matter.
Wait, what was I?
thought you were. I thought that's what you were saying when I was trying to mute, because I was talking about how our emotions are filtered through whatever story
right.
we're telling ourselves, and that involves some kind of thinking.
So right now,
what did he say? He said something like, you shouldn't...
But I think he meant reflecting. I think he meant dwelling on the future, dwelling on the past is not important.
Which, to be fair, is kind of wrong. If it wasn't important, we wouldn't really be evolved to do it. But that doesn't mean it has the same evolutionary reasoning now as it did back then. So, in our modern society,
archaic.
Yeah, I don't think it. I don't think it is irrelevant today. But I do think his general rhetoric is correct. That we focus
I
too
call him a
much
John
on that.
Lennon. He's an old John Lennon hippie. Just listen to Imagine or old John Lennon album. It's
True.
None of this is unusual or strange to me.
No, it's not.
That was his prayer, right?
But people, he's kind of like Mike Cerrone. They find him a lolcow and they hate watch him.
I don't know who Mike Cerrone is.
Oh, he drops by here a lot.
He does?
Yes, and he brings a whole little audience that follows him around to laugh at him.
To laugh at him?
Yes, and this Jack
That isn't-
Talcott guy has an entire audience that throngs his channel to make fun of and pick him apart and laugh at him.
What sort of masochists are these people?
I would say we're kind of sadists. Are these audiences?
No, but
You're right. Because I mean, ultimately, he's in
So
control
why
of
has the
his
world
panel and who he exposes
convinced
himself
us
to.
deny those things to ourselves
But also, what I'm learning,
and
Sergey,
to
speaking
each
of
other?
Christianity, it's something I see particularly in Christianity where there's this
It's
thinking
the devil.
of the lowest common
So
denominator,
humanity's
the
been
people that
playing
are
these games with the
most
devil,
downtrodden,
following
even if they're
temptation,
destructive to a community,
obeying
those are the people you don't
corruption,
give up on. Those are the people
enabling
you put your
evil.
efforts at. Like the the
But if
the
the prophecies
the
are
the
true,
most
I'm
hopeless in
confident it is
society, and that's
us.
so foreign to me for community building. Those are the
That's
elements you're
something
trying to filter
amazing
out of
in
your
store
community.
for
But the
humanity.
Christians
That
see it as a virtue to
there's
include,
a
like to
there is a
continuously include those
realization,
people.
an
Yes,
awakening. There
and
is a there is
I
a
don't really
understanding
want
that's
to. I don't
beginning to
think
come
it's.
forth
I
in
think
the
it'll be
world,
distasteful
all
of
of the
me
world,
to go
all the
against
human
that.
beings
It's
around the
fine to
world.
not want to do that yourself, but to openly say it's bad to try and
I
include
think it's pretty.
the
I think it's pretty
downtrodden
high
or the
praise.
lower level
Well, but then the
people
community you're
is.
trying to
Yep.
build pays the price because
Yeah,
all of
Nothing in my
your
life
yeah.
has
effort
changed.
goes to those people and not to the people that form
That's
the
why I
core of
said
your
I don't
community.
think it's bad to not want to include them, but I don't think it's tasteful either to
Pretty
go
high.
against those who attempt to include
I
them.
said high.
Those communities that want to help the downtrodden.
These
We
are the words that I've been learning.
It's helping the downtrodden at the
Praise God.
expense of the people
If
that are
anything, do it for selfish
not
reasons. Sharing
messing it up for everyone
praise
else.
feels good,
Like I think the
particularly if
people
it's
that are
honest.
making good faith
Love God.
efforts to be pro-social should be where the bulk
Love
of the support
life.
goes,
hmm
Love
hmm
love.
and not to the
Love
antisocial
memories.
trolls
Love
that are putting the community at
imagination.
risk every time they're around.
Love perceptions. Just
Oh,
love
I
the
hate how a
experience
pop-up
of life.
appears over the
It's
chat, so I
such a
can't
life
respond in the
to
chat.
live. And I did the ungrateful thing, and I did the American nonsense, the American dream. Hell, I was even willing to go to war for that nonsense. We don't have to live this way anymore. I'm pretty sure.
Well, we can
I'm pretty sure that change
certainly
is
watch or talk
inevitable,
about something else.
and that if we align with God and we walk with faith, I believe it's inevitable that we can succeed.
Do you think it's? Do you think his name is actually
I'm trying to deal
Isaac?
with this freaking fly. I can't believe it.
Let's
Because
see. I don't even know this guy. I don't
Well,
think I've seen him before.
we have an
yeah,
Isaac,
because I
Spirit
mean
idea.
Man
that's just a
Incarnate.
Um,
it's just a perfect name for like a guy who randomly joins a Christian,
and it's
a
always
Euphoria
relational
Christians
answering.
Uh-oh. Now
panel.
we have
It's
see, perfect example. These are one of
If you have something to
the
say,
elements that
don't
Moose
stand
and
in
I
the sheep.
agreed not to let on to our panel because we know
Stephen,
Hello,
the destructive
hello,
effect this person can
hello.
have.
It's a new
But
day.
Talcott,
My
it does
channel.
let him up. So, like,
I know
his
you don't
line
care,
is
but I'm
much
here
broader than
to
mine or Moose.
offer
hmm.
uh, an olive branch, you might say.
I appreciate that.
And then it's like
Is there any incentive?
a
I mean,
ritual
you
they
don't
play
even
out,
have a channel
a
anymore, so
psychodrama,
is there any incentive for me to accept what
like
you're
ruptured
offering?
repair.
What difference would it make if I had a channel?
Well, if you had all the more reason. It makes no difference. So,
Hey,
what is
Axis.
the incentive for
I'm
me to?
talking personally. Do you need incentive to have peace between people? I thought you were a peacemaker. I'm offering an
I
olive
am
branch,
Stephen.
which is a way to make peace.
Stephen. Please don't take
Yes,
it.
Jack.
Please don't take offense by my asking. Okay. The reason I ask is in my experience, you have proven yourself to be untrustworthy. So why
Right.
should
So
I
leave
trust
like
that
when
today is
people do
different
that
than the
with
other
me, I
times
leave
that
them
you
alone.
lied?
I cut them out of my life. I filter them out.
Why? What's
Well, I
what's the
think this is
difference?
respectful of Talcott that he actually,
Who
sees
continues
who
to
he
have
is.
I
people
can't
on that
determine
abuse his
No,
trust?
he is
who or what
testing
or
to
when you
redeem or not.
trust. All I can do is offer peace. If you
I
don't
don't know.
want
That's so weird
peace,
to me.
then there are alternatives to that.
Okay, so you're not answering my question. So you just want me to trust that this time You're
It's like
different.
Lucy in the football. Exactly. That's what trolls
No, I'm
do. It's
offering
Lucy in
you
the
something.
football.
I'm not asking you.
You're offering
this
me
is painful.
nothing.
Question
I'm
for you,
offering.
Jack. Have you ever seen Charlie Brown? Where there's that girl
What?
Lucy, right?
This is
And she
like a
puts the
whole new
football
layer
down for
of
Charlie Brown, and every time he
interaction.
goes to kick the
That's
ball,
not what
she
I'm
picks
doing.
it up and he falls over.
That's not what I'm doing. That's not what
Yes,
I'm
that's
doing.
what. Yes,
It
my,
You're
is.
not a
my
king,
prediction
Moose.
is
You're not a
that's
king.
exactly.
Steven,
What
I'm offering Jack. Listen,
Steven,
I'm
your
because
Jack.
that's what
disagreements
everyone
are
has
Jack.
seen
not
you do
helping your case.
100,000
I'm
times already.
offering you something. I'm
Just like
offering an
What?
Lucy
olive branch,
does
What
which
does
with
is
that
the
mean?
lasting.
football.
What is
You don't
my
know
benefit?
I bet he's some
what is your
coffee for this.
benefit?
I'll be back.
Yes.
A lasting peace. Do you want? Are you
What
a
does
man of
that
peace?
mean from you? I've never seen
Are
that from you. What would that look
are
like?
it would look different than what you've experienced.
Well, so far it hasn't been.
Well, it's up to you, Jack. I'm offering, but if you don't
You're
want to,
right. It is up to me. Take a hike, clown. You're- you know, these people want to play these stupid fucking games. Steven, you're literally out of your mind believing that you have
Oh,
some.
good. Did he kick him?
You're
Good.
Yeah,
offering
you kicked
nothing.
him.
Oh, you loved. You should go visit Dobes. I think he would enjoy a chat with you.
Yeah,
It's
maybe
not an
I'll do.
experience he gets often.
Maybe I'll do so
I mean,
tomorrow.
I don't wish ill of
I don't know if I'll.
anyone, but
I
I
don't
think
think
He's
I
it
want
on.
to
is
do
He's
it.
on
about
every
time
day
that
about the same
YouTube
time.
cleaned that channel
Yeah.
off. His
Can you type who you are in the back? Because you're coming up under a different name, but I think I know who you are. So just let me know. Oh, yeah. Okay, Moose got you. I forgot. Hey, Leggy.
Yo,
What's up?
what's going on?
Just
Moose,
hanging out.
were you so happy at the BH fair yesterday? Is that where you were? The Blue Hill Fair?
I was there today, man.
Oh, you were there today. I was there yesterday.
Damn, dude. Damn. Right down the street.
Dude, fucking, I went and spent a lot of fucking money. I should have went today on the wristband day. But it was shit. Was it nice today? Because it's been raining at my house all day.
Yes, sir.
Was it? Let me see. My captain, he's up there today. He went up this morning. But... So you got the big donut, I heard.
Yeah, did you get one?
No, I didn't. I got an ice
Did you
cream.
play any games and win anything?
Nope. Nah, my
Oh.
wife did. My wife won a big elephant. She went around with our 2 older girls, and I went around with our 4-year-old. That was her first time at the fair, so she wanted to go
Oh,
on the
cool.
merry-go-round and the Ferris wheel. That was her
Uh-huh.
goal.
Nice.
See, that's the view of it. That's the view we had right there.
Oh, okay, yeah, neat. They had all kind of stuff. Did
Not
they have the
really.
haunted house?
Yeah, I mean, they kind of had I don't know what the haunted thing was. I don't know. I didn't go through it. They had one of them type buildings, but I don't know. It was boring. I thought. I hadn't been there in
Oh.
fucking 23 years since I've been to this particular fair. But I swear, yesterday was the day everybody from my town went, though. Everywhere as I looked, I'd be like, hey, I knew that person. Hey, I knew that person.
What else you got going on?
Oh, your voice broke up now. Was that audio problem just on my side, or?
No, it's my signal. It's going. I'm getting low signal.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's unfortunate.
It is. I think we must have had another solar flare but the TV today was doing the same thing. The signal kept getting really weak.
Yeah, my TV is just broken in general, so I'll blame that on a solar flare when my friend gets back. No, I'm not that dishonest. It broke when he was here, so. No.
Who is this?
Are you in your
What
car?
are?
All right, folks, I'm back. Jack Talcott blew a gasket. He is off the hinges right now. He was yelling
What?
at
He
me
kicked you?
because, well, no, I left because
Oh.
he started getting mad because Steven came up and he's like, well, did you even listen to anything I said? And I said, well, no, not really. I kind of tuned out when Steven came up.
It looks like he's ending the panel.
Yeah, he's ending it. He's pissed.
Makes
He's
sense.
pissed
He
'cause
wanted this moment.
Huh?
It makes sense though. It seemed he wanted just, a casual evening stream or morning, I suppose. And then it gets ruined. That's why he should
But that's
have.
every time, and it gets ruined
Yeah.
because he lets up the very people that I'm talking about.
He's a masochist. He enjoys being pissed, probably, huh?
It's like a Christian mess. It's part of it is this Christian philosophy of
Oh,
tolerating and
I'm in
enduring.
pain. I'm in pain. Please redeem me. Please redeem me. I need to be redeemed. I'm a sinner. I don't actually know if that's who he is. So take this as a panelverse satire.
But he let on the troll with the olive branch to make peace, and the guy just blew up his whole panel, and he has to end it now. And so that's what I'm saying, Lucy and the football every time. Here I come with an olive. It's like Charlie and the Unicorn.
And then that's the reason why I don't work with Jack, because I always end up the scapegoat because I'm the last one standing, right? I'm sitting there in the room still, and it's like, nah, can't do it. Can't do it. We got to blow up on Moose. It's like, bro, I'm not part of your drama. I didn't bring him up. I didn't offer anything.
Well, I can tell you from doing similar work that I have a lot of drama myself, but I have 100 times more drama. Like if I can manage the people that I let on, it keeps the drama at a certain level. So
Yeah.
if you're gonna let on certain people, you're gonna have to tolerate the drama that it breaks. And so you can manage your drama by who you let on the panel.
But isn't it funny though? Like me and him could have a perfectly good conversation, and then I could just shut my mouth, and then all of a sudden I'm getting yelled at out of nowhere. Like that's the kind of shit that
Because of
it
Steven.
just baffles me. Baffles me. Oh, because you did this in the past. No.
I had an ex that would do that to me, and he said it's because he felt more comfortable with me, like taking that out on me, where he wouldn't with somebody that like it was a sign that of our intimacy, that he knew me, we knew each other well enough, and he felt comfortable that he could take that out on me, but he couldn't do that with like a stranger that knew him less and that was less important to him. Like they got better treatment.
That is weakness, but
It's
also
he was a
super
narcissist
true.
too.
Yeah, my wife's like that sometimes. She'll fucking freak the fuck out. Well, prime example, because I'm stepdad to my oldest daughters, and like their dad, like, she'll almost kind of like bow down. Used to, not so much now, since he's a complete piece of shit and went to jail and all that. But beforehand, she would almost bow down to him because she was afraid like he would try to like take her back to court and shit like that. I go, are you fucking? I'm like, I can never understand that. I'm like, you're the one here taking care of these kids day in and day out. He's the one that's fucking up, going in and out of jail. So why the fuck do you even think the courts would ever give him any rights at all?
They get inside your head.
Exactly. I mean, it's fucked up. But it took a while for me to get it through her head. Be like, look, he's a deadbeat. He's gone. He abandoned them by going to jail. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just no contact at all. None. God didn't even know he was in jail until his mother told us. And I tell you what, that lady at 65 years old looks like she's still about 30. I tell you what. Oh, goddamn.
Your wife?
No, not my wife. My wife,
Oh.
my kid's dad's mother.
Oh, okay.
Like she's like 60 whatever, and she looks 30. My kid's grandmother. There we go. Dude, she's bad. She's a fucking gilf. There ain't no doubt about it.
Wow.
I'm telling you, if you seen a picture of the woman or seen her in person, all of you would be like, that woman's 60.
What is it with exes being criminal?
What does? Wait, what'd you say?
What is it with exes being criminal? Like, I always hear these stories like, oh yeah, you know, this ex, oh, he's in jail or she's in jail. Like, why? Why can't separations be?
Because there's something about the bad boys.
Mm,
I have borderline criminal exes myself and friends. There's just, and like there's people in the Panoverse that come from that population too. There's something about, I don't know. I don't know. But I do think that normal, healthy people filter that out. Like they pay attention to the little flags and they somehow avoid entangling themselves with those people, but not people like me or people like us.
yeah.
Yeah,
But I
I've
wonder,
ran with my share of fucking the rough crowd, that's for sure.
the rough crowd.
sure.
That's a good, yeah, that's a good word for it.
That's some of the shit I've done.
But I wonder
Oh,
if like if it's different if like a middle class married couple and then one of them discovers that their spouse is a white collar criminal and they commit all this white collar crime. Like they thought they knew the person and would that be like them being drawn to a criminal or would that be them like legitimately thinking they were with a normal person? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how much of it might be a class thing. Because that kind of criminality is just more obvious at certain class levels.
well, I mean, there's the person, and then there's the person of how they make their living. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I guess if there's a victimless crime and that's how you make your living, so be it, I guess. As long as you're not selling no drugs and shit like that there to no babies, whatever. You know? Fucking whatever fucking floats your boat, I guess. It ain't my cup of tea, but there's some people out there that are all about that life.
The thug life.
Some type of life. The criminal life, let's put it that way. I mean, let's
They
face
do the
it.
same things if they weren't declared to be criminal. Like, is
Well,
the fact of it being criminal or the actions themselves that are attractive?
Okay, so I mean, I guess you get a sense of moral. There's more. Are they doing something morally wrong or just criminally illegal? I guess would be more the question to your question.
Hmm.
Because you do have something that's morally wrong, and then you have something that might not necessarily be morally wrong, but it's criminally wrong.
Oh, I like money. Yeah.
But like most of our basic laws, like don't steal, don't kill, don't assault, property crime, that kind of stuff is kind of moral and criminal. We can all pretty much
I
agree.
get that, but the same sense is if you got some fucking dude out there diddling kids morally, I feel like it should be all right to take care of the situation permanently. You know
Oh,
what I
I
mean?
see that. Like, yeah, but we have to use the justice system.
But
Like,
what do you mean that use the justice system? I just watched a video here on YouTube where this woman stuffed her 10-year-old baby in a fucking goddamn trash can and then tried to deny his existence to the cops when they showed up on the door, and then she only got 2 years in jail for it. Like, how fucked up is that?
I know you can't do anything outside of that, though. You can't do vigilante justice. That's regressive. That would take us backwards.
But would
So
it though?
if that's what our justice system gave her, then that's all the justice you're going to get out of that situation.
But I mean, but is the world a better place because of it? I mean, you think about it. I feel, or is it because of the structure of the world with social media, where now you don't have separate cultures and everything's intermingling. Like, do you think that's playing an influence into these criminal acts and like these psychos and shit?
I don't know how much, because I think you would have the criminal acts. Like, we even had them in my day without the internet. But then I can't say that they're not playing into it at all either. We see that in some of the mass shootings. They find social media like context for the shooting.
So is there more today than there was before, or just more coverage today than there was before?
I don't know. I think the rates are going down. Last chart on the crime rates that I saw, at least here in the U.S., it seemed like they were declining, except in certain populations. So I don't know. I'd have to look it up. And then it probably is like more relevant locally. Like the numbers in New Orleans are going to be a lot different than like maybe some small town in Minnesota. But I don't think social media is creating criminals, but it could be facilitating or motivating or inspiring or enhancing criminality some way. But I don't think that I don't think that's enough of a downside to prohibit the rest of us from using it. Just
But
like with
I
guns
feel
and all
like,
the other
you know,
stuff.
if there was harsher penalties, where you know for a fact, if you commit this red-handed and there's, without a shadow of a doubt, there's evidence against you, right? You should be able to automatically take justice into your hands. Like when it comes to certain
Yeah, but
acts
we
against
can't.
humanity.
We not in the U.S. We've evolved beyond that kind of savagery. I understand the feeling, the emotion behind it, but we just can't act on it in the civilized society we have now.
All right, so let me ask you a question that got me into trouble when I first got onto YouTube. A lot of heat. Do you believe in the needle exchange programs and programs like that enables people to use drugs? Like, do you believe in these laws that uh, keep people from getting penalized for having, from having small amounts, like in certain instances of an overdose and stuff like that? Do you? Because me personally, from personal experience, I just feel like it isn't, and it doesn't enable people. But once again, it did get me in trouble for my opinion. But
You used those programs. You were part of them.
no, no, no. From
Oh.
personal experience, like when I say that, like I mean like from friends and
Oh, okay.
family that I've lost. You know.
I don't know enough about it. I mean, I've seen the programs. They have them here in Seattle. I've worked on the periphery of them, like with people that might participate in them. I don't know enough about them. I know there's a debate about harm reduction versus abstinence when
Now,
it comes
didn't
to substance
Seattle
use.
or somewheres in Washington, didn't they 100% legalize or
Oregon
decriminalize?
did. Oregon, and they had to reverse it. They just started to reverse it
It
because
was Oregon. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
they decriminalized all drugs, and they just recently decided to reverse it because I
Was
guess
that
the
Portland?
consequences. Yeah.
I thought they had one in Washington too. If they did that
No, they
experiment.
have certain things like in Seattle, marijuana was decriminalized years before. Oh, sorry, sorry, Moose. It's two of us trying to drive at the same time. I'll let you take it. Sorry, go ahead. The person in the back's probably not. That's King Stephen.
He's crying to get on everybody's channel.
Yeah, he's. I don't want to. We agreed not to
No,
have
it's
him on.
not.
Oh, it's not. All right, sorry about that.
No, it's not.
Come back, Slale.
I
Is
know
he
who
one?
that
Is he
was,
one of yours?
but
You
it
got
wasn't
this one.
King Stephen.
All right, you got this one though. He's okay to come on.
I'm here. I'm here.
All right.
We got this.
All
You
right.
can throw him out. I'll bring him in. But
Okay.
What'd you do to piss off
I mean,
Jack? Moose?
not that particular person. What
Okay.
did I do
So
to
keep
piss
that
off
person
Jack?
out.
No, I didn't say keep the person out. I was saying, you know,
I like that idea. You work the doorbell, and then I'll just take them out if it's
I'll be the
somebody.
bouncer. You know, like when they come to the door,
Yeah.
bam, I'll pull
Like,
them up.
are you
and
on the
then,
list?
I got this.
And
I
you can
got
pay
this.
to get on the list.
So the question was, what did I do to anger Jack? Well, there was somebody there causing mischief, and I guess I didn't call it out. So that's it.
I
Shame
called it
on
out.
you.
I called it out from back
No,
here.
tonight, Paul, we're running a show. It's an open panel. It's unfiltered.
Yeah, you can come up, Paul.
He just thought you were Steve. There's 4 or 5 people that aren't allowed. Snafu Snaps is one of them. It's like he's desperate to fail in life. I don't think this stream's failing though. I think this is just a collaboration, and it's a way for us to
Who
see where it
said?
goes.
Who said
First of
fail?
all, Beta Males are not running his channel. We're collaborating, so he has full control of his channel. And second of all, I don't know why it would fail when my own channel's not failing. Like the beta's channel itself is not. So I don't know what
Jeff,
data you're
you're
using to come to
frozen
that
in another
conclusion, Paul.
horrible position on my phone.
Oh, Paul saying you're a failure.
Well, I
Is
mean,
that what?
here we
Is that what
go.
I'm hearing?
Welcome to the show, good sir.
I
Welcome
am
to the
so
show.
sick of the fucking disrespect.
I thought he
of
wasn't coming on. Okay, I'm the bouncer.
No, I said he.
Wait, what? What do you? I want to talk with
That
them.
wasn't Steven.
I know it was the other person we said is not coming on.
Paul?
You even said that Moose.
Just who that
Moose,
was.
You said that at the beginning of the stream. That
That's
person
not
was not
Denizen.
coming on. That's not
That's
the person.
Paul.
That's not who it was.
That's Paul.
That is
Isn't it Paul?
Snafu. That
No,
is
that's
Snafu
Paul.
Snaps.
Now, see, now you didn't let me run the door right. That's not Snafu.
Is that Paul?
That was Paul. You guys
All
had a
right,
great
Paul.
conversation.
Well, he sounds
a
like
week ago.
Snafu. Sorry, Paul. You said I confused you with Snafu. Y'all both have that same
He's not going to keep clicking
boisterous
the link.
energy.
It's all.
Sorry,
Jesus.
that's on me. That's my bad.
Yeah, nobody's going to pay for this. Nobody's going to pay for this. All right,
Well,
back to where we were. Where were we?
all right. Normality.
Oh, okay. It was about King Stephen and Moose talking shit about Jack before coming over to Jack's, depending on who's he's
I don't
hanging
think it was
around
Paul
with,
either.
is before he comes to the next panel. I
Was
was
you
joking
talking
around.
about shit? Was you talking shit about Paul? I mean, Jack with King Stephen?
Maybe like a month ago, and it was just.
Oh,
I mean, like, come on, how far are we into like this experience with Jack? He speaks for himself. I don't need to say anything.
I said Jack, not Jeff.
No.
Hmm?
Were you meaning Jack Moose or me?
Jack speaks
Yeah.
for himself.
Yeah, that's
I
how I
got-
took it too.
Oh, okay. I got lost there for a minute.
Well, there's a lot of breaking up going on between Moose and
Oh, I love the
Jeff.
fact that you have an echo, like you're in a cathedral, Chuck. It's amazing.
Me?
Yeah, it sounds like you're in the cathedral.
Oh, I don't know what the hell's going on. Last night I started having
not
internet
anymore.
issues, and I got the highest priced service there is.
Oh,
I don't know what the
Dopez
fuck's
likes
going
it.
on.
It don't matter what you have. It's all fucking slow.
Oh, big. That ain't better.
Well,
I
I don't know
you
if he
sound
was
clear
complaining.
on my hand.
I'm sitting next to the router, so I can't get any closer unless I make love to it.
That would just be weird, sir. Please
I
don't
don't
do
know.
that.
Chuck talking sexual. That must mean he's really desperate. Hasn't been to the club lately.
Shit, I hadn't been to a club in years and years and years.
Chuck doesn't need to.
We know you were back in Studio 51 days. We know all about it, Chuck.
This was I was running before 51.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Is this your channel or Moose's
Well,
channel?
This
I'm
is
lost.
Moose, but I'm streaming to mine, so it's equal
Oh, this is
risk.
Moose's.
Oh,
This is
okay, because
Moose's page.
I'm on your channel, Jeff.
Oh yeah, it's a mutual. It's a double. It's a dual production.
Oh, okay. Threw me off.
That explains why I'm seeing like some messages come in twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yep.
there's 3 channels
Double.
open right now.
So like when somebody on the panel here types, it pops up twice. I got it.
Yeah,
I
it
got
goes to every stream that it's broadcasting to.
I got it. I got it.
That
I don't
way
think
it's-
that was Paul. I think that was Snafu. I really
It
do.
was Paul.
I
It
don't
was
think that was
Paul.
Paul.
It was Paul. I'm telling you.
And if that was Paul,
100%
he's just
it was
mad 'cause
Paul.
he got
It
kicked
even
off the panel
said
by a
Paul
beta.
and-
Paul,
it
Paul
said
or
Paul and Slade.
Snafu is the same character.
It's not
Paul
the
or
same
Snafu?
character. They're different.
Yes, it is. They're the same
No,
as Jack
oh, Chuck.
Talcott.
What? Okay,
Yo,
well, you
I
get
don't
crazy,
even
old
know
man.
what y'all are talking
The
You
thing
mean
that-
like
that-
the archetype?
The thing that
same?
annoys me the
Because
most
they're all
is,
different people.
is that they had a great conversation a week and a half ago, and then today he just didn't realize that it was Paul, and he threw him out. And it's like we could have
Paul
had
can
another
come
great
back. He
conversation.
could man up and come back like he tells everybody
Quit
else. to.
No,
carrying
he said he's not
Paul's
coming
water,
back. He got
Moose.
thrown out
okay.
twice.
He's
He doesn't
nursing
come
his
back 3
wound from
times.
the beta.
And he's going to use Moose as the victim.
Yeah, he's because it's just.
Advocate.
I'll tell you why. It's an opportunity for content. He can get better content
Yep,
if he goes
yep.
and clips and narrates,
Mhm.
take it to his show. Than if he could come and have a normal conversation like he does with me. I'm not going to give him the content kind
Well,
of
it's
conversation.
all good. It's all good.
Where's Jack? I invited Jack over here
I don't.
before he ended his show.
Yeah. I don't know if Jack will come over here, but if he does, then he's welcome. He knows he's welcome here.
He claims he has friends, but none of them will come around him. So how can that be a friend?
Look, here's
Chuck,
Jack's
can
here.
you stop being a cocksucker? You ask where
Welcome,
Jack
Jack.
Talcott.
Welcome.
Hold
no,
on.
no, you're
I'm
you're
sorry.
the
I
sucker
gotta talk
that
over you
cock-
for one
look,
second,
look,
Jeff.
look. You're
Jeff, hold on. Chuck, you ask where Jack Talcott is, and then you shit on him right when he gets here. Don't do that again.
Get off of it, Moose. You're sucking dick already, so stop it.
Or he's pointing out facts.
Tired of you
Pointing out
shit,
facts.
you little weasel. No,
Ooh.
All right.
I don't know if I've ever seen Chuck this mad.
Does somebody want to pay to have Chuck removed? Because I'm not going to remove him. This is an unfiltered panel. I'm just
What's
going
the
to pull
menu?
him out.
This is a good
Why
opportunity to go through the
leave.
menu.
I'll
like,
fucking
review the-
leave.
review
I don't care. I'll leave.
Chuck,
No,
calm down,
Chuck.
Chuck.
I,
It's all
Chuck,
good.
I want you here. I want you here.
I've had enough of the cocksucking games.
All right, Chuck. You
Excuse.
didn't like the
Someone
cocksucker joke.
Can
I'm
someone
sorry.
enlighten the lot to what's going on?
But
I'm just a
Jack
quarry
probably
motherfucker.
didn't like walking into the room and being like, "Oh, where's Jack Talcott? Oh, fuck Jack Talcott," kind of thing. You know, that was probably.
I
not
said
fun.
I invited him over,
Mm-hmm.
and then I said something else, and I forget what it was.
That
I
And
don't
don't
too,
come
but I
with
thought it
your
was
high.
negative.
Don't come with your high and mighty. I'm the next coming of Jesus attitude, Jack.
What
Don't
are you
even-
doing? Hey, what are you doing, dude?
You know what? I'm
Dude.
sorry. I didn't mean to rile you up, Chuck. That was my
Set
fault.
me off. Set me off. I'm sorry. You get-
Yeah, Chuck, you don't like being called out for your behavior, but it's true.
Don't
You're-
start your little kitty
Chuck.
talk. I'm not in kindergarten.
Chuck,
yet.
that was an apology for me. I apologize
Okay,
for.
Moose.
I didn't mean
I'm
to
glad we're on
rile
the
you
Moose
up.
stream today.
Well,
I got you, Moose.
if I may, Chuck, I really don't appreciate your constant disrespect either.
Your disrespect goes just as far.
Chuck, can we deal with you first?
No. Can we deal with
So
us
what
first?
disrespect? Tell you what. How do we change things between us? Because apparently you're sick of being disrespected by me, and I'm extremely sick of being disrespected
Because
by
what,
you. And
when
I thank
when I
you. I thank Moose for actually pointing it out to you today, Chuck.
When I repeat words you say, you call me a liar.
That didn't answer my question. So you want me to stop calling you a liar when you take my words out of context?
No, not out of context. Out of words out of your mouth verbatim.
Okay, Chuck. So besides you not liking it when I disagree with you taking my words and trying to use
Don't
them
talk to me
against,
like a kindergarten person.
please behave like an adult and we can have adult conversations, dude.
Well, if you act like an adult rather than like you're Jesus Christ, it might be a starting point.
Hey, Chuck, that made no sense. Explain the difference then between an adult and Jesus Christ.
You're not Jesus Christ, Jack. Period.
You're not
You
acting
never,
like an adult,
you
Chuck.
never will
Here,
be.
tell you what.
It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, I know. I give up. Chuck, great.
I did say this a while back, like that this pattern
You
between
deny
two
the truth,
goes
Jack.
deep.
You deny facts. You deny the truth. You twist them to fit your narrative, even though you want to deny things that have happened, things that you have said straight out your mouth. And I'm
But
sick of
Chuck,
you calling us confused and lost and liars when all we do is repeat or tell back the stories that you have told.
You keep repeating your lies, Chuck. And I'm sitting here silently. I was. And I'll go back to sitting here silently. And you can keep describing what you think.
It's what I know.
All right, what I know is that there's 6 people here on panel today, and I think that
Hallelujah.
we can come up with some kind of discussion other than war with each other. But I could be wrong. Go ahead, Jack.
I'll go for peace, Moose.
Actually, Jeff, this is kind of what I wanted to talk to you about. For whatever reason, I have apparently patterns. Everyone finds offense with me. And I'm doing my best. But what do I do?
I don't think everyone, first of all. So
You're right.
recognizing
You're right. Thank you.
when it's not happening.
Yes. Yes.
And with Chuck, and I've pointed this out before because we've talked about this on my stream in depth. This goes back to something AA related with Chuck and his view of you as an AA person, and that's the root of this, and it's Chuck that needs to resolve that for himself.
Thank you.
So I think no matter this, the rest of it is surface stuff. Until that's addressed, all these other little like friction points are gonna keep cropping up because the fissure is that AA thing.
Okay, I figured it out. This is what we're gonna do if Jack Talcott and me can't get along anymore. This is what me and Jack are gonna have to do.
Fuck yourself.
Oh, not that one because I know that's copyrighted. That looks fun actually. I would start fights with people just to do that.
It looks really fun.
Did you see that dildo? That thing's like the size of my leg, Jack.
I hope that song went copyrighted.
Dude, people are fascinating. That dildo, there's people who made that. It took a team of people to create that thing.
Maybe it was 3D printed.
Not only did it take a
Like
team of
creepy
people
crawlers.
to create it, but it actually fit inside somebody. That's the scarier part.
Well,
yep, you got that right.
Jack, they wouldn't make something that big if it wasn't for use.
Humans are fucking crazy.
No, we're not. We're normal.
You don't think it's crazy to take a 16-inch dildo that's like 6 pounds? You don't think that's crazy? That's like the size of a baby.
That was a double-sided made for lesbian.
That
was
wasn't
converted
double-sided,
to
Chuck.
A weapon.
Archie
No, it
Bottoms.
wasn't. It wasn't.
Apparently now Chuck is an expert on dildos.
Say it can't be done. Somebody hold my crown. 'Cause they ain't know when they got to the show. Well,
This is definitely a different experience with someone other than Jeff being in the lead.
You gotta understand. It's like, you know,
I'm
you got an
co-lead,
autistic retard behind the wheel. So I'm pressing buttons while you guys are trying to have a conversation. So it's a battle for you to try to get the words out before I fuck it up.
It's like a video game.
Video game.
But I think they're going well. Look, the drama already dissipated.
So I have a question for you, Jack. Is it a coincidence that your name is very similar to tarot? Like, have you delved into using tarot cards?
Jack Tarot. Tell him the Norwegian word.
Dolbs is a little young. He's a Norwegian prince, and I'm his king.
Pull the foreskin back and then have a gobble.
Dude, life is nuts.
Life is nuts.
Well, yeah.
Besides the clips we're seeing, I went out and strolled the community last night again.
Oh yeah. How'd that go?
And what happened?
Just people watching. People are absolutely fascinating. I mean, there's adults, out there, they got their motorcycles and, riding wheelies down Main Street. And then there's all the kids in their hot rods as loud as they can be. And I'm like, man, people, dude.
How different is it from the Panoverse? Or how different are we from normal people?
It's the same, but it's different. It's a safer way to interact. And this is something online. I think. That's something I was observing myself. I've mentioned that these panels, it's a great study of sociology of human behavior. And it's actually a safe way to interact with people. And this was what I was considering. I am trying to be less rude to people. But it's who I am.
But you get provoked a lot.
Regardless.
Oh, you're deflecting. You're deflecting now.
From what?
Well, from what you just said, Jeff.
Who's deflecting?
You are, Jack. You said regardless of what Jeff just said.
Holy shit, Chuck. You don't even know what you're attacking me with. Because what I said was regardless of the situations that I'm getting attacked, I'm owning responsibility. I know that confuses you, Chuck. When a man takes responsibility in front of you, you seem to be
No, you're wrong. You're the one that did not take responsibility for overstepping your boundaries and getting fired. You're the one that did not take responsibility.
Where did that come from? That's totally... Can we get back to the conversation you interrupted?
I'm ready to fight today.
I see that, and I'm encouraging you.
Well, Moose has this channel to have constructive conversations.
I don't think this conversation is very constructive.
Well, compared to
I
their
don't
other
think
ones,
so either, Dolbez.
But
Tell you what.
True, Dolbez.
If Chuck looks at himself, it'll be
Don't put it on me, asshole. Don't put it on me.
Chuck, you're the
one. Put it on yourself.
Hello, you're the one who interrupted and just admitted that you're ready to fight. Figure yourself out, dude. I got
myself figured out.
I was actually trying to talk to
Don't
Jeff.
try to psychoanalyze me. You don't even know yourself.
You can pay to kick Chuck off.
Don't tell me to shut up.
Don't say that.
Moose allows that.
How dare you tell me to shut up?
I asked you if you would. I asked you.
No, you did not. No, you did not.
I said, would you?
No, you did not.
Holy shit. Are you guys seeing this?
I am.
I'll bring it down. Okay.
That's why I was asking questions. But it's the hostility is about the AA stuff.
No, the hostility
That's what you
is about
said
the
last
bullshit.
time we talked.
I know, but that's what it stems from, because he's being disingenuous.
If I
But
may,
there's a lot of people that are disingenuous
hey
in
Jeff,
the panel. In the panel
if I
verse.
may.
Like that's
I'm
nothing
okay.
new.
I'm going to shut up. I'll be quiet for 10 minutes.
Not for free.
What
Don't
what
give
you're
it away.
pointing at is real. I mean, and honestly, yesterday King Philip was here, and he is a man who I've met online. I truly respect him. He's another one that I disappointed in the past, and yesterday that's kind of where my mind was at. It was clear that I'd caused offense and disappointed. So he pointed out specifically that I talk about politics, economics, and religion a lot. Chuck disagrees with me on politics, economics, and religion. And we have the association, the past experiences that are similar in AA. And just like Margot, she thinks my recovery is a lie and that I'm not strong. And it's their own inner conflicts that are being projected out on them.
Right. Because recovery is a personal journey. Like nobody is an authority on anybody else's recovery.
But I have people telling me I'm doing it wrong.
Well,
People
those are just opinions, but just like with Christians, like they're always policing each other and telling each other they're not being a good Christian and this and that. So you're part of a community that sees itself as having a certain responsibility to hold you accountable, hold its members accountable to each other.
That's what they think. They have the utmost responsibility to be honest. Without honesty in recovery, they are not in recovery. And them being dishonest about me, constantly trying to diminish me and insult my character, that's not healthy. Chuck, I'm talking about you. He's willingly being silent.
Oh, 8 minutes for who?
No, he said it'd be gone for 10 minutes, so, and he's apparently a man of his word. So, seems he'll be silent.
He's committed to his stubbornness, for sure.
Well, every man must have some honor. Although I haven't known any of you enough to say which one has the most honor. But every man has some, at least.
I don't know if every man has some.
I
In little twisted ways.
That have very little honor.
Who?
What? I said
Well, if
there's
it's in
some-
twisted ways, I don't know how much that counts as honor.
Hey,
No, I mean, it could be twisted for us, but from their own perspective, that could be perfectly honorable.
Yeah,
Hey.
true.
along those lines, I heard a quote, I think it was from Groucho Marx. I might be wrong. Anyway, every woman is beautiful. Some women you just have to look a little deeper to find the beauty.
I was gonna say all women are beautiful. Some you just have to find that brown paper bag.
Oh.
Look, it's all. Look, just close your eyes. It's all pink on the inside. Okay.
No,
Close your eyes.
back to the better perspective. I
Thank
think
you.
there is
Yeah.
goodness within everyone.
Sophisticated around here.
There is
Do
something.
you equate honor with goodness? Is that what you just did?
I believe all have goodness and the capacity for goodness.
Well, we must run in different circles because I could definitely show you some people that you would be hard pressed to find the goodness in.
I've met many.
Do you think the emergence of evil is individual or systematic from the system or the culture around?
It's both.
Okay. At least you're sensible. Although my definition of sensible is what is most in agreement with myself, so maybe not so sensible, but that depends on who. Who's talking?
Well, I've described there's systematic problems, but the systems were created by corrupted people. The systems corrupt people. It's intertwined. The two go together. And that's kind of the reality. Everything is connected to everything. There is no separation from any of us.
Yeah. But is there not a point where perhaps, even though it's not actually separated, it will be useful to separate it?
Yes. Separation helps us identify the minutia, the more details, and with the more details we get a better understanding and therefore a better control of the greater. To put that in perspective, that's why there's so much emphasis with the government and the corporations, data mining, right? Gather all the details, then you know the patterns, and once you know the patterns, you can control the masses.
Yeah. A bit random, but which denomination of Christianity do you follow?
Mysticism. I don't know if there's. I've gathered. I know people look down on it, but I've gathered and sought wisdom from many, many different perspectives.
Why would they look down on that? I mean, they can disagree with the wisdom, but the act of seeking wisdom is. It sounds very cringe to say that the act of seeking wisdom is wise, but I mean, it is.
It is. But
although again, you can disagree on the wisdom, but actually wanting to seek out wisdom is definition wise.
Well, there's traditions of the religions, like many Christians think that if you look into Hinduism or Buddhism, all you're doing is letting in the devil. Well, it's not accurate.
Christianity let in the devil. They created.
Is it Buddhism? Isn't that the oldest continuous practice?
No, Hinduism.
Hinduism.
Oh, it's
Hinduism. Yeah, Buddhism came about in the 500s. So more older than Christianity, but a few thousand years younger than Hinduism.
Okay.
Although at the same time, Hinduism is very connected.
Christianity, but
yeah.
But you know, though, the sad part is, did people really start to believe in it, or did they believe in it out of fear? Because I mean, they went on that whole crusade of where if you were a pagan and believed in anything other than Christianity, they pretty much.
I mean, the first Christians weren't the Crusaders; they were the poor and downtrodden, who then converted the masses through their generosity during the crisis of the 3rd century, which then led to emperors and then the Crusades and bloodshed. But they had already gotten their chokehold on society through their generosity and helping. Like, why would you believe in Jupiter and Poseidon when they just bring you suffering?
See,
of course you believe in this kind guy.
Are you across the pond? Are you not in? Are you in the UK or are you over here and just have the accent? Like, I'm just curious.
No. I'm not British, but I am European. I'm from Norway.
So growing up and stuff, like, I'd like to get like the perspective of like world history, like growing up and stuff from your guys, because where Europe's so much older and there's so much buried history over there. It's just it blows my mind.
I mean, just my country is, I think, 4 or 5 times older than the entirety of the US. And we, so it gives you a different sense when we talk about history and when we walk around, we feel the age. Like, I live in Trondheim, the 3rd biggest city here, and it takes me a 20-minute walk down to the city center, and I can look at the cathedral of Saint Olaf. I can look at something that he died 1,000 years ago, and that was a real person. He converted Norway to Christianity hundreds of years before America was settled and before we became what we are now. You get a different sense of reality. You know, you feel the realness of history when you actually walk through it and live it. And I don't think you have that.
Don't you guys over there? Don't you guys find like gold hoards and shit like buried in the ground from way back then all the time? Well,
Not all the
often,
time,
not
but you,
maybe all the time, but more
yeah,
often
but
than not.
you do find stuff. I mean, you have occurrences where, you know, just a random farmer, he was cleaning up the edges of his field, and suddenly he finds a massive Viking burial. Or you know, when I was in kindergarten, one of the things we would do would be we would walk to a Viking grave of King Ragnar, who died 1,500 years ago, and we would just play around there. Like, that was just a normal place we'd go like once a month. You know, that it is a different feeling to know you're standing on a grave that's older than Western civilization itself.
Wow, you got to play on graves as a kid?
Yeah, they would hide like little treasure, and we would run around and look for them. And we'd hear all these tales about the area, which I've sadly forgotten most of. But yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
Something to say about that. I remember traveling to Europe, and I think it was in Yugoslavia. The cobblestones in the streets that have been there just hundreds and hundreds of years.
Oh yeah.
The old Roman road.
It's immense.
Well, it's like Jerusalem. I mean, you think about the King Solomon's temple, the first temple, and how many temples have been built on top of it. You know, and that city just alone, how many layers and how many times that city's been rebuilt over the centuries.
I think there's really two cities that are basically the cities of the world, and that's Jerusalem, as you said, and Constantinople, or Istanbul, I suppose. I mean, when your title is the city of the world's desire, and you are, I think, the most besieged city in history, you gain a lot of history. So even though I feel Norway is old, it is actually very young. But it's still older than the America. And I think that's both the benefit and the detriment of American civilization, is that you have this youthful energy, but sometimes you lack the wisdom of the old.
That's true.
What wisdom can you offer that we're lacking?
Well, I am young, you know.
You said to change our two-party system.
Yeah.
Which, that's probably not going to happen.
No, I don't think it'll be easy to change, and I don't really want to debate that a second day in a row. But you know, I think there's a lot of problems with America, but that's ignoring the fact that it together with Western Europe is the most successful civilization that has ever existed. You can't really deny that. You have to. Of course, it has a lot of problems. We need to fix them. But I feel a lot of people who criticize it forget what it actually achieves and achieved.
I would agree.
Hey, that connection to history, what you're saying, as an American, I didn't really, well, my own experience too, I didn't really appreciate history. And it was as a young man on those cobble streets in Europe where I started opening my mind a little bit more to the past.
Yeah.
But, hey, the other goal, not to go that direction, but overcoming the two-party system, that's my goal.
So live a good life, you know, get into heaven, fix the two-party system. Those goals seem a bit...
Do you have ideas?
Yeah. I believe present the facts. If we can create the opportunity to present the facts different than what the lobbyists do, we can show that war is evil.
Jack, war is the last result, not the first.
So
I think most people would agree that war is evil, but a necessary evil.
Well, so here's the next step. Well, necessary based upon
geopolitics.
Well, that's where
the last 3 ceasefires were brokered by the United States, and Hamas backed away from them.
Hey, Chuck, that's what the news propaganda tells you. and it's partially true, but it's not.
Where you getting your
entirely.
where you getting your sources then?
Hey Chuck, how about this? The focus, the topic that I wanted to point to is war is unnecessary. It's evil. There is alternatives. It's called diplomacy. It's called
They tried
negotiation.
diplomacy. They
So
tried
you say, well,
negotiation.
Chuck, they failed. They failed. And the reason they failed is because the American government is so focused on the capitalist way, the money system.
Oh, come on, Jack.
Well, we are a
You
capitalist
don't
society.
really believe that.
Your disagreement doesn't change what I said, Chuck.
See?
Behind every war is the selfishness, the fight for power, the fight for control. All of this selfishness is rewarded with the fiat money system. It's a real
wars before.
monopoly game.
The what?
There were wars before the fiat system, before money. Even war seems to be very fundamental to human nature. That doesn't mean it's necessarily a morally good thing, but it is something that is there, and we can't really abandon it.
You can spiritually.
Yeah.
With spiritual help.
And consider this, please, because it's the systems and the people. They're tied together, right? And it's collectively, the government and corporate structures, they are the externalization of the collective selfishness. You know, it's the collective ego that's in the demons, the beasts of rule. If we start cooperating with each other with honesty, the money system is not necessary. I mean, it can be used in different ways than what we've been doing.
It can be used to buy super chats. It's necessary to me. Keep using it.
For now, it is. But
and Jack, I think that's part of your struggle, because I think you are looking to be financially successful as well, but you have this ambivalence about the system at the same time, and I struggle with that too. Like I want to be successful, but I'm very particular about how I do it and where the money comes from, because success to me is more than just material success. And so sometimes that's a barrier for me being economically successful.
There's many definitions of success. In the back chat, I just dropped a link for, it's a document or a page I just recently came across. There's a group, Moneyless Society. There are groups out there who have been looking towards alternatives to what the banking system has. There's actually obvious solutions. If the people in Congress would do their damn job, take power back from the banks, and if we have oversight and control over the government, we could use the money system to totally make things right and better. But as long as our government is continuing to fund the military-industrial complex, I mean, that's one of the greatest sources of GDP for America anymore. How many weapons are we going to sell to our allies? How many weapons are we going to sell to enemies?
Are you against money as a concept in general, or just the fiat, the modern fiat version of it?
I'm against the selfishness that has resulted from the fixation on money.
I don't think it's...
I see it the other way around. I see money a reflection of our nature.
Well,
more than our nature being corrupted by money.
I don't think money itself is what drives selfishness. It's what money represents. Even if you have a bartering economy, there will still be selfishness. Money just makes it more efficient, both the transaction, the benefit, and the loss.
That's a partially true. But here, the reality is what's most important for every human being is knowledge. Yet we live in a world where existing in the information age, yet still denying education and, lessons to people who don't have the banker's commodity. It's budgets and authority. They're not as powerful as people want to believe. We
I
can
mean,
do
I am on your side in that. I am Norwegian, you know. Our system does give free higher education, and most of education are free, and we even get really, good loans to actually study. So, no, I am a staunch supporter of equality of opportunity, not outcome, but education is the biggest and most important, uh, thing you can have when it comes to opportunity. So I do agree that it should be made as possible and open for everyone. Not necessarily that we should force anything inside it, but it should be open for everyone if they want to.
true information. Absolutely. And this is where I see opportunities for America to lead the rest of the world. Start here, but lead the rest of the world towards this, a world without secrets and lies.
Yeah. This country's built on secrets and lies.
Right.
Oh, come
So
on.
why do we allow it? That's the whole point. Why do we allow
I mean, let's face it. Our
What's
forefathers.
one secrets are a little harder to prove, so what's one lie?
What do you mean? Our forefathers, like that shit that. Look at Benjamin Franklin. Look at him.
I love
It's come to find out that he was a known not like grave robber and stuff. He did all these experiments and shit. I mean, they found what, like 1,200.
Well, should we not have America? Should we just reverse and
like
not
that.
do America? Because
But
Ben Frank was a grave robber.
Our forefathers, though, they all had their own agenda and their own reasonings behind it, though.
Well, of course.
But I like their agenda.
Everyone has their own agenda.
But,
Nobody.
I feel like we're so far away from the country that our forefathers had envisioned that it's not even funny. Because when I hear, I'm a big believer in the Constitution and all that, but then when I hear certain things that people try to use the Constitution, I'm like, that wasn't even a thing when the Constitution was written. So how can you even apply that to that? You know what I mean? That's not even
that's why we have the
not
courts
needing a
to
driver's license.
make those
Right?
judgments.
Well, the Constitution says you have the right to travel freely. Yeah, you have the right to travel freely.
But not in a
100%.
car. There's plenty of ways to travel.
Well, I mean, even in a car, you technically, as long as you are legal, you have the right to travel.
You could
freely.
probably get away with one of those Flintstone cars that you just walk it with your feet, and then probably. But if you're going to use a motorized vehicle that has the potential to cause damage to other citizens, I want that
100%.
regulated.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what I'm trying to say. They didn't. When they talked about the freedom of travel and passage and all that, that they didn't even remotely have automobiles in their mind. They meant so they can go from point A to point B without having to be stopped by the local law enforcement of whatever you wanted to call it at the time, the constable. Come on now.
What are you trying to argue for?
I'm not, I guess, trying to argue. I'm just trying to get a point across. I don't know. Am I trying to argue?
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm
No, you
arguing
good.
myself then.
You just...
No, it's okay to be a bit disorganized. But even though the founders of the past are not what we expect, or they're not in accordance with the present, that doesn't mean things change. Entropy is a basic fact of life. We can't just wish to go back every single time. Of course, sometimes going back is the correct procedure, but not always. And I think it's fine that society has evolved past their vision. They are not gods who designed everything perfectly. They are humans who had ideals that we may agree with or not, but at least we can agree that they wanted the best for America. But they don't know the current world, the current technology, the cultural evolution, the geopolitical situation. They don't know it. So we can't really trust that their vision will be correct, will still be correct.
Yeah.
Hey, can I jump in here? Because I understand where he's saying, and that's kind of pointing where I'm at. The history shows there was a lot of corruption even in the good development and the true opportunities that were created, there was secret organizations that conspired and took over the American way a long time ago. But the idea of rules and laws, I get where I was listening to you, Jeff, and I understand what you're saying. You're going to drive an 8,000-pound piece of metal down the road. You should have some order to that action. America is not free. We're free to pay. We're free to license. We're free to register, free to vote, but we're not free. So
I'm free.
The laws and the rules are there for order.
Yeah.
They're not the government and the oppression, the division. From the beginning of time, wealth and authority used rules as a way of oppression and enforcement. That's why workers don't have equal rights in the jobs they perform here in America today.
What about those of us that are not workers? Like, that seems like a specific issue for a specific population.
It's everything.
I feel free. I don't feel like there's anything I can't do right now other than economically. My only limits are economic. Like, I couldn't go out and buy a yacht just because I want to. I don't have that kind of freedom.
Yeah. And you're blessed. You have the freedom of time and schedule. And many people have accepted in their life that I have to commit myself to 3 jobs just in order to keep the shelter and pay the bills. You know, there's a lot of people who are living different lives. And the way I see it, profits and debts are just accounting. So we let systems of accounting control the legislation of the world. It controls who we're going to go to war with, who we're not. That's not true. Without a purpose, without an intention, you won't have workers. But if workers are united for a purpose of providing a good service, a good product, which most workers are, things will happen. We don't need the selfishness of money to be the only reason people go to work.
Why else? They would just do it like volunteer? I do a lot of volunteer work, but I don't think most people are going to live off of that.
Stop it. Get some help.
Most won't, most can't afford to right now. But I know how in the past, the efforts of communism, socialism, even capitalism, they've all been distorted and corrupted. But the idea of receive what you need and share all you can would create a land and communities of abundance and prosperity. If we
no one's going to do that. What about a UBI?
Oh, I like money. Yeah.
Relying upon money, that's not the way. If people still have...
I can't think of any other way to do it.
I do think, I mean, our modern level of materialistic, let's say, our wealth and possibilities and the welfare of the world is, I'd say, heavily dependent on the monetary system. If you try to remove that, I think you will end up regressing our level of prosperity way past and further back than even the Middle Ages.
Well, people can imagine a lot of problems with this, but there's other people and groups who have spent a lot of time thinking forward and ways to transition. I mean, I'm just one guy, and I got several ideas in myself of ways the government could transition with oversight. You know, public oversight is the key. When secrets are not legal, the new innovations, the best practices, the technologies, things can be shared more freely.
Well, I have a question. What about those of us that don't want to transition? Is this going to be a forced transition, or do we have the option to stay like it is?
You want to continue the future of consumption and destruction with the requirement that people have to pay money to receive the basics. That's illogical.
But
I mean,
however illogical it may be, some people may choose that option. So I want to determine it. I don't want to have it determined for me. And so if I want to choose that option for whatever reason, illogical or not, I want to
Jack,
be able to do it.
I think we have a solution for people like him.
Volcano.
Well,
Oh, people like me.
We call them the gulags.
Yeah,
Put 'em to work.
that's what I was trying to ask with my question. Is there like how much volcanoes is it going to take
Well,
to get this
Jack
society?
wanted
It's just that balanced money won't be able to punish you either way because it'll collapse. I don't think any sort of stateless, lawless, and moneyless society will function above a certain group population. Maybe
Correct.
around 200, 250. Above that, I don't think it'll function. I mean, if it was a functional system, then it would still persist. If at least it was better than money. Every single society in all of human history, when they had opportunity, they did change. And that isn't just authoritarian regimes, but also seemingly democratic tribal systems. Everyone converted to money since it allows for tremendous increase in prosperity and welfare. It means you know, if I want a carrot, but the guy that wants my rabbit only sells apple, I can't get apple because the apple guy doesn't want my rabbit. But if we have some sort of system, I can get what I want and everyone can get what they want. You know, as long as it's anchored to something, it functions. And you know, the fiat system can be criticized because they say it doesn't have an anchor, but it doesn't have an anchor, and that's the state. And you can criticize if that anchor is strong.
I think
or
the
not,
state
and
is something that they're criticized along with.
yes. But
And Renaissance, this is a good question actually, because the car thing is regulating something very specific. So in Jack's scenario, what specifically would he be trying to regulate that I'm resisting? Because I'm just saying the option to keep things as they are, and so he's talking about a transition, which to me implies a process over time, and so it's not going to all happen smoothly at once. And so those of us that don't like, sure, transition the people that want it, and then eventually you're going to get to all the people that have transitioned that want it, and you're going to get to people like me that don't want the transition. So then what do you do at that point?
Jeff, you're acting like there's a choice now. There's not a choice now. If people want to live in society, they have to pay money. And that money is imagined by bankers, sold to governments, and all of the power of money and authority is a lie. It's only what we believe in that matters.
But I do have a choice when someone comes and tries to change my current circumstances. I have a choice whether to accept it or resist it. So whether I have a choice now is not relevant to your scenario, which is this
Jeff, you wanna
transition phase.
stay-
Because when it gets to the point of the transition, at that point, a choice will emerge.
Jeff, what you're saying though is that you want to stay living a life where it exploits other people and it rapes the world's resources and it's not sustainable.
I didn't say that.
It's the best system so far.
That's
I
what
don't
you're
think we have a viable alternative.
It does that less
I'm
than any other
interpreting what
system,
Jack's
so-
saying.
so
I
yes.
can see what Jack's saying.
It is. That's what I see. I mean, if you want to defend and say I need the right to choose this corruption, well,
Everything is not corrupt.
But the fact that you think it's corrupt doesn't impact my
Okay,
ability
but-
to choose it. It's like you can disapprove of my choice. You can even moralize about it, but you
Alright.
can't restrict or interfere with my ability to make it. That's where we're going to
Right.
fight.
Right, and I'm not trying to restrict your ability
Yet.
to make that choice. What I'm asking you to do is think through what it is that you would be
That's fair.
choosing,
If that's
right?
all you're doing, that's fair.
And
That's
if you're unconvinced that the current way is not corrupted, what can I offer you to convince you that this current system thrives on corruption?
I showed you my little map just now. I'm gonna show it again. I think the one on the right, I think this part of the system is corrupt, but I think we still have all this white part intact. And it seems
We
like
don't,
you think that all this top part is corrupt, and here we are at the bottom. So we're working off of
we don't
different
see it.
models of reality.
Yeah, we
Jeff,
don't see it, Jeff.
we don't see what you're looking at.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay, sorry.
I think Moose has to share it.
Oh, it gave me the
perhaps.
option earlier. Let me.
Yeah. Because I joined from your. I don't know, Jack, did you join through Moose's streaming
Can
or
y'all
Jeff's?
see this?
Jeff's.
Okay, huh. No.
Y'all can't. Oh, can
now,
you see it?
Now we
Now
do.
we see.
Okay.
Oh, I see
So
black.
where is it? So I'm here on the right where I think this little red part is corrupt, but I think we have this white part intact. So this is all not corrupt, but it seems like a lot of people see the whole system at the top corrupt and they're down here on the bottom. And so we're working off of two different models of reality right now. I'm working off of this model on the right, and it sounds like you're working off of the model on the left. So to convince me, you would have to convince me to change my model to yours.
Can you bring up the model so I can show you a different perspective, hopefully?
Sure. 1 second.
Okay. Because I get what you're saying.
All right. Can y'all see it?
Not, you started to, but it went away.
Oh, I have to add to stage. Sorry.
There we go. So if you take that structure on the left,
Okay.
take the totality, because the division is
You're
actually...
talking about the rich, this one?
Mm-hmm. Either one. If you can see that block as a corruption, because that which allows inequality is unequal. Unequal is...
But I don't believe
imbalance.
that's corrupt. Just because you have inequality, I don't believe that's always a result of corruption.
Well, let's bring into... I mean, in this graph, let's compare what the rich stands for versus the non-rich. And let's go to the extremes of the two, because I realize the mean is where the most is, but for comparative data, we've got to really consider how inhumane it is for one human being to live the life of abundance and above the law versus another one who's trying to scrape together pennies to survive, right?
I don't have a problem with the abundance. Above the law would be a problem. I don't want anybody living above the law, including presidents.
Well, this is where I'm saying the systems are corrupt, because the systems defend and protect the owning class. If someone's wealthy, they hire the attorney.
But I'm on the right hand side where the owning class is not necessarily all bad. Only the little section on the right.
How about this? Both the owning class and those who serve the owning class are corrupted. The only reason billionaires exist, the only reason there is a controlling class, is because the masses have been conditioned to think like them. And so the masses have been taught to believe in the systems that create inequality. And that's what capitalism does. It creates wealth and poverty.
But we've had that before
reduces
capitalism.
Poverty. Capitalism has been the greatest reduction of poverty in human history.
So they say, and it's also been the greatest source of oppression and war and genocide.
Absolutely not. However,
Really?
I am going to leave now, so I just want to end with, Jack, I think you're a great guy. You have a good heart, but I do think you're very naive. But with people like you in the world, it will be better. But just, tone down the naivety a bit. See ya, guys.
That's you. Thank you, my friend.
All right.
Interesting conversation. What I'm suggesting, it doesn't make sense, because there's no point in history that it's ever happened before. But I suggest there's also...
What the freak is saying, like extreme income inequality, if we get to that point, that's a danger, and there are people keeping an eye on that. I don't think we're quite there yet, but I definitely think, like, the government just went after Google, the monopoly thing. So, like, I think things are happening on the edges. And so that is a possible danger in the future to keep an eye on. Just like with climate change, I don't think we're at the crisis point yet that some people think we're at. But I do agree that if the inequality gets too great, it could cause problems. I just don't think it's there yet. But I do know that we're losing our middle class too. We're losing our working class, our middle class. I see those as issues, but not necessarily the result of a corrupt system. But I do see them as problems that need addressing.
What would convince you the systems are corrupted?
Well, like that little chart where the whole top is corrupt, not just parts of it. Like I don't think the entire house and is rotted to the foundations. I think there's probably like a little bit of mold and some timber here and there.
Hey, I agree. And I think that what would clean it up is if the facts come to light. Because now,
facts.
Well, taxpayers are paying these 3-letter agencies. There's all these employees of contractors and these corporations that are teaming up together to make sure the war industry continues. There's less effort.
They don't.
They had that Chevron ruling that
You
might
don't think
impact some of that.
You don't think the people in Congress and the State Department want peace as opposed to war? Peace isn't that beneficial, but I mean, war isn't that beneficial except for a short time.
Then why hasn't peace been made?
Well, we're not at war
Because
right now.
it takes all parties. We are not at war, Jack.
Are you kidding? Okay, whatever.
It's about Ukraine and Israel, but that's not us. That's not us at war.
If you don't see the U.S. involvement with all of this civil unrest and all of the wars that are happening, you guys are in denial.
Well, we had talked about
you're
facts.
in denial of reality.
So if there's facts out there about this, then
I've got a ton of facts. I mean, my purpose, I associate myself with the organization of Veterans for Peace, Code Pink.
Wait a minute. Let's talk about Veterans
I pay
of
attention. Hey, Chuck, I'm done answering to you. And actually, Moose and Jeff, thank you. Sincerely, I appreciate the fellowship. I'm going to break out and I'll go talk to myself where I have less disagreements.
That's where you get the best response.
I thought disagreements
we were having
okay.
a good conversation.
Well,
you're unwilling to face the facts of what she
hang on,
said about those organizations.
Hang on, Chuck, because I'm interested in the Veterans for Peace thing too, but I want to wrap this up with Jack.
Okay, go ahead, Jeff. I'll shut up.
So yeah, I think I think disagreements are fine as long as they're cordial and civil, and I think ours are. And if you want to talk later, we could still talk.
I want to back Jack up. We're not currently at war with any country, but we're stationed in about 150 countries with permanent bases being in like Germany,
that's not
Italy, United Kingdom, Middle East, and there's people deployed still in various different countries, and we're supplying the bombs and the tanks and the munitions and stuff to the war in Ukraine and Israel and stuff like that. And so like in a way we are in war, but
because war has a very specific meaning and legal meaning and political meaning. So that's when I say war, that's what I'm talking about. I mean,
it's semantics at that point, right?
Yeah, but the semantics are important.
Does Ukraine not got the right to defend themselves?
Yeah, but do we have to be the ones that send them the money and the munitions?
Does Putin not have the right to defend himself? Let's remember all of this.
He's the one that invaded Ukraine, Jack.
Right, Chuck.
Fact.
Chuck, right. See, you are such an enabler. You want to point out people for reacting, which is what you've been doing with me. And let's face it, you don't know what's going on, Chuck, but you've got a lot of opinions. And
as do you.
What are you doing, Chuck? See, there you go, interrupting me just to compare and make sure you.
Okay, all right, Jack. Look, this ain't kindergarten class. Grow the fuck up. Get
Have you
with
seen yourself,
reality.
Chuck?
Yes, I know myself.
What are you doing? You're acting like a kindergartner.
No, you are acting like you're in kindergarten.
No, you are.
You
No, I'm
think
not. You
everybody
are.
else is stupid
Chuck,
and confusing. You
Chuck,
are the one.
Chuck, I'm not going to accept
Jack,
your
Jack, go ahead,
negative
Jack.
Nelly nonsense.
I think this is
Negative
a
Molly.
great time
Well, let's
to
hammer it
forgive
out. I'm
him.
here to
I was
Hang on, hang on,
hammer.
hang on, hang
It's
on,
a
hang
great
on,
time
hang
to
on, hang on,
forgive
hang on.
Chuck because
Moose, go ahead. What?
I was saying it's a great time to forgive Chuck because obviously he's having a he's angry. Like I fired him up. I fired him up earlier, called him a cocksucker, and that got him fired up. Then he went at Jack, and it basically I'm
He
gonna
got
say I started
produced
all the drama.
by the moose.
Well, Jack is a freaking lunatic. I'm sorry.
Well, now that he's not here,
I'm
you're gonna have to
tired
fill
of
all the dead
people
air.
holding his butt cheeks for nothing. He does not see reality for what it is.
But
I'm
why
sorry.
is that your responsibility though? So there's like so many
Because
people on here that don't see reality for what I don't know if any of us see reality for what it is. So why is it your personal responsibility to make sure that Jack Talcott specifically sees reality for what it is?
maybe he'll get some help that way. I don't know. I'm just tired of the dissemination of bull crap.
But that's like that's all over YouTube.
Does that make it right?
And as far as bullcrap goes, I like Jax is like not even anywhere close to the worst offender.
Oh, you want to call me a liar? You're the one that said you went to Veterans of Peace, and because they wouldn't change their structure to fight for peace the way you wanted to, you couldn't get along with them. Come on, Jack, get for real. If I tell a lie, I want to be called out on it.
Well, it's so easy to do with the everything being recorded now.
Yep.
Jack is back.
Called out on your lie, Chuck. Here I am.
Tell me my lie, Jack.
Tell me,
words. Your
tell us-
words, not mine.
Tell us again what Jack did with Veterans for Peace, according to Chuck in Tennessee.
What you said, Jack Talcott in Spokane, is you said I went to Veterans of Peace, and you went to a meeting, and you came back, and you got online, and you said, "How dare them not do it my way? They won't listen to me."
Fuck yourself.
I tried that. It's not much fun.
That's a false representation of what you heard.
That's
me say.
exactly what you said, Jack.
It's exactly.
This was on a stream?
Yes.
Chuck is presenting the case that he remembers exactly what Jack said, and I am telling you, Chuck, your memory is flawed.
That's where the stream comes in handy. You
incorrect.
just go see who's
Your
right.
memory is flawed.
How about this?
Someone
Chuck?
go check it. Just go check it.
I've been going through Paul's streams when Jack admitted to something else.
This is.
But this one specific claim right here that he said whatever.
Well, it'll take time because there's quite a few episodes.
Okay.
But I will go and find it, and I'll bring it back.
But something about he said, why does it Veterans for Peace do it, or how dare they not do it the way I tell them to do it, or something?
Yes.
That's how he paints Jack out to be.
No, don't twist it around, Jack.
Do you know what he's talking about? Do you remember what you did say?
Vaguely. I mean, I can't speak it verbatim, but that is absolutely a false representation of me and anything I've said. But Chuck keeps doing this. He claims, you said, Jack, I'm using your words. He doesn't bring evidence. He doesn't bring evidence. He doesn't discuss.
I can't help it. You got a twisted memory.
Well, he said he's going to get the clip, so we will have evidence.
I will
for that
find
one
the
thing.
clip.
But you did contact Veterans for Peace, and what happened?
I've been a part of I discovered Veterans for Peace in early 2019. They are the ones who helped me grow in my education about American war history. And inspired by them, I learned a lot about American history and governments and some of the experimentation that's been happening on human people. So I've been with Veterans for Peace since 2019. Now, what Chuck is probably referring to was an interesting experience I shared where I did my live stream about peace, the goal to end wars. And then I see online people like Chuck, and maybe it wasn't him, but people like Chuck were on different
Like Chuck, like Jack.
talking about Jack, but not talking about Jack's goal for peace. And then when I went to the Veterans for Peace meeting, yep, just like when I go to church, I get to sit and listen. And so just like when I'm on the panels, I typically sit and listen too. People didn't want to listen to what I had to say. So I don't have any choice. I can't force anybody. I can offer and I can invite, Chuck, just like with you. But
this was a live meeting. You went in person, and you
yes,
tried to talk to them afterwards, and they just kind of blew you off, or
I have been asking, you know what? I've been asking, how do I get attention from anyone in Spokane since 2018? Now
Because all you want is self-glorification.
that's according
Hey,
to
hey,
you.
yeah, but
hey,
you
hold
don't
on,
know
hold
what's
on,
in his
guys,
head.
guys,
like,
guys. You just talked over Jack while he was in the middle of a sentence, Chuck. Just give him 1 second to finish what he's saying, man.
Thank you. Well, I have been facing people, their opinions, Chuck, Margot, Snafu, Chemo. There's
Jack.
plenty of public records of what I've been facing. And then because I'm facing all of this, the other people who I encounter, they know there's craziness going on with Jack. They don't know what's going on, but I don't know what to do other than live as me. So, Chuck, the way you're describing me is not accurate. It's not helpful.
All right, Chuck, your turn.
I was just gonna say, you're the one that said that. And every place you go, you say it's because they won't listen to me. How about joining them on their crusade as opposed to them having to
Hey,
join
Chuck.
your crusade?
Hey, Chuck.
Hey, Jack. Hey,
Stop
Jack, go ahead.
Stop assuming they're different. And please, what I just experienced, Chuck did not acknowledge anything I said. He went back to his old excuses.
Just
So,
like Jack. Jack goes back to the twisted truth.
Chuck,
Did
why
you not
God,
do
I'm
you
on
think
fixing to
that
Paul's
pay to
matters?
plug?
kick off the panel.
Look at the kindergartner, dude. Just like not. Hey, Chuck, grow up. Moose, Jeff, thank you. I appreciate it. God bless.
Thank you, Jack. We'll talk.
Wait, Jack. I have something for you. If you don't leave, I mean,
He left.
all right. Just tell me if you're still in the audience. I have something.
I'll
for
leave
you.
and he can come back. I'm sorry I ruined your show.
No. Hold on.
Oh, I
This
don't
is
know if
for
you
you too,
ruined it.
Chuck. It's for you too.
Okay,
Hold on. It's coming.
I'm waiting.
It's Jesus versus the troll.
What did you feed into the AI to get them to come up with that as Chuck?
It
That'd
didn't
be
quite
pretty
give me what I
close.
wanted, but that's what I got.
That'll work.
Those teeth.
Arr, arr, arr. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, fellas, but he
You can't
twists
take
the
it
truth.
anymore.
Yeah,
Just
he
be
twists
real,
the
Chuck.
truth over and over again, trying to mislead people on his lies. And that's what kills me.
Yeah, but I'm still not sure what happened with the Veterans for Peace because there were no details. So I'm not sure it happened exactly
I'm
like
gonna
you
have.
said. So I look forward to the
I'm
clip.
gonna have to. I'll go back and fish up the clip. It's gonna
Okay,
take me a little while
that's fine.
because he does stream every day, so it'll take me a
Oh
while to
yeah,
go
Moose,
through.
and you are a little low. I meant to tell you. Also, Not Law sent me a clip to play.
Uh-oh.
It's a
Of me?
YouTube short, so I think we could. I don't think it has music on it. We could probably.
Oh,
get away with it.
Jack's out there. Let me put this back up there for Jack. Jack,
All right.
give me a 1 in the chat if this makes you laugh, Jack. I got Jack
Made me
Talcott
laugh.
versus the Chuck creature. I got another one. Got another one coming up. Let's see. This one's more of you trying to save the troll. It's uploading right now. Let's see. The Christed being right here trying to save Chuck. Yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys can find resolution one day. I feel like me and Jack are cool. We're good. I have
I
nothing
think
bad to
the
say,
resolution comes from Chuck. Chuck. It's Chuck's war.
See, that's the thing. Jack doesn't like being called a liar, and Chuck doesn't like being called a CS.
I don't like being
So-
called a liar. I don't know who does.
No, I don't think anybody does.
No, he called me a liar first, Moose. I didn't call him a liar. He
Oh,
called
gotcha.
me a liar.
You did say he goes around saying things that aren't true and spreading bullshit.
No, I
Oh,
said he
man.
says one thing, then turns around and twists it back around that he didn't
Okay,
say
my
it.
big question, even if all this, let's pretend every single bit of that is true. Why do you go watch him every day, all day long?
I don't watch him every day anymore.
Oh, okay.
So let's settle that first. He doesn't want my dirty money. Ever since he told me I don't want my dirty money, but I feel
Moose does.
an
I'll
have a
take your
Cash
dirty.
App.
Yeah, we'll take your dirty money.
I have a
Don't worry about
Cash
that.
App.
Well,
It's
There's a place for it.
money
What are you talking
sign
about, Jeff?
OG.
Every 2 minutes I gave you
I
a
know.
super chat
I didn't know what that was for. It was for you to be
because
quiet
I
for 10
gave Jack 10 minutes to say his piece and he didn't say shit. Because he's got nothing to back it up other than BS.
Well, you know what I'm gonna do, and I think that was a very noble gesture on your part. So I'm
Well,
gonna give you
I
10
shouldn't- I
minutes.
shouldn't-
Anytime you want it on my show, you can have 10 minutes of your own.
I shouldn't have lost
As
my
a bonus.
patience. I shouldn't have lost my patience, and I do apologize, and I apologized to Chad earlier. It's just he goes on and on spreading this misinformation that he likes to call his facts, which are not true.
Well, all
And-
y'all have to do is show the fact, and then everybody can look and see who's right, which ones are true or not. This is easy to fix.
Chuck in Tennessee. Jack Talcott
Yes, sir.
is now claiming that you're bearing false witness against him. So
Nope.
unless you can bring forth evidence to support your claims, let's move on from this.
Well, I know
conversation.
I know a recent one that I can get unless he takes it down. I just
better
got to
go
remember
run.
which show he was on. Which show he was on when he showed the evidence of something else.
My thing is I believe that we could all have a conversation with Jack that doesn't involve
I do
ending
too.
wars and suffering, and doesn't involve like someone bearing false witness or someone calling him out for this or calling him out for that. I mean, it must get tiring to be Jack. I kind of get that Jack is annoying at times, and like, you know, I'm annoying
Well,
at
so
times.
am I. Shit.
Everybody's annoying at times, right? But like, there's got to be a conversation we could have that doesn't involve bullshit.
Well, you need to talk to Chuck because it's coming from him. It originates
I'm listening.
in his experience of Jack's recovery journey, which I don't know why. It might be a personal issue with Chuck,
All
like
right, let me
he's
say
seeing his
this.
own journey reflected in
Okay,
it. But
let
why
me-
there's not better
Yes,
boundaries
yes.
between one person's journey and another?
Yes, I will agree with that, Jeff. My journey, I destroyed every
Your audio, you're bouncing in and out,
anybody.
Chuck. Chuck, you're
Oh,
bouncing in and out. Hold on.
Yeah, you're
okay.
you dropped out.
Testing. How do I sound?
I'm
The
I'm
audience
probably
is
You're
saying I'm
good.
low.
loud.
Too
You're
loud?
good. No, you're good.
Okay. All right, you're
Is this
back, Chuck.
better?
Go
I
ahead.
got closer to the router.
Yeah.
No, it's just my journey. I destroyed everything I came into contact with. Job, family, friend, it didn't matter. I destroyed it. However, when I quit drinking and turned my life around, I was able to repair everything. Mostly. Some things you cannot repair because they're too dastardly. But the thing is, I had to accept accountability for my part. I don't blame them for what I did. And I kind of take it personal, maybe, because I see it as him giving the organization that saved my life a bad rap. Maybe that's on me.
I think
You
I'm
know,
still
that's.
not quite sure what he said about. All he said is they didn't listen to him. I didn't hear him
Oh,
say anything really negative about them.
I understand what Chuck's saying. Chuck feels like AA saved his life. I went to
well,
AA
it
for a
did. There's
Oh,
long
I
no
time.
thought you
doubt.
meant Veterans for Peace. You meant AA.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
meant AA.
AA.
Oh, okay. I
So
got it wrong.
I understand what you're saying, Chuck. I totally get it. But then you have to understand the people that go to AA. They do, people that they're people from all walks of life, people that have done all different things, and so you can't do
You
that.
can't. Yeah, you can't fix nobody.
And you can't
It's
you
not
can't get
it's
mad
not
at them
about
for making it look bad. It's
it's
a
not about
organized.
fixing
Yeah.
them. What did he do? What did he say or do about AA that made you feel like he? What did you say he badmouthed the organization that saved your life?
He just kind of talks down on it. He doesn't give it the
Jack, come
credit.
back up. You're in the chat, man, and we'll
Give me
keep it
about
civil
5 minutes and I'll
here.
be right back with you. I'm going to mute up. I
All
got to
right, I
go.
need to go pee
All right.
anyway, so maybe we could do a little intermission. But if somebody talks down to something that's important to you, I don't understand how that person's like ends up in your life like Jack is. Like that I would not go I would just stay with that person's channel if they're sitting there trashing Satanism or autism or anything else.
Okay,
I'd be
so
like, "Oh, okay, I
you
don't want to
you go to the
watch this
bathroom, and
person."
I'll talk to this gingy voodoo doll for a second.
You know who that is?
I think I
That's
do. And,
that's King.
just go to the bathroom, and we'll see where it goes. When you come back, you can take care of it.
All right. I'm back.
Greetings,
Don't
sir.
be afraid. Hello. Hey,
Hello.
Moose. King. You're not a king. What's going on here? Hey, Chuck. Chuck from Tennessee. Chuck. It's Chuck from Tennessee. What's going on, Chuck?
I don't think he's here.
Oh, he left. What happened to Janice
Yeah.
Jeff? Did he take off?
He took off too.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I think we're alone now. Oh, Jack Talcott's here in the chat room. What's going on? Is he a
Jack
fan
is
of your
out
show,
there.
Moose?
No, he's not a fan of my show. I think because Gen X Jeff is also restreaming this. We're working together on a collaboration today.
Oh,
So
you're all
Jack
working together. Who's working together? You and Janice Jeff?
Yeah, we're just running an open panel. I figured I would open it up, unfilter kind of thing. Maybe we could get some good conversations, maybe some entertainment rolling.
Yeah, you said that I C4'd Jack's show earlier. I went over there to offer an olive branch. I don't know if he knows the meaning of an olive branch offering, but it's a peace offering. Maybe I could
I
have
thought
said
it
we
was a
could
peace
smoke a peace
offering.
pipe. What?
But I also said, because Gen X Jeff said over here that it was like Lucy in the football, so I repeated that, so I gotta say that
I don't know why
did
you said
kind of throw
that.
you
I'm
under the
not
bus.
pulling the football away. I could have said, Jack, let's smoke a peace pipe the way Indians do. We smoke them peace pipe. Might have been better than the olive branch. I don't think he got the reference. The olive branch. Maybe he didn't know that means peace, but I don't want war. I'm not a hippie, but I kind of like peace. I smoke a joint blunt once in a while. I'm not a hippie, but you know, I'll smoke some weed. I like peace. I like peace.
You know, like at
I'm
a
not a
funeral
hippie,
or
though.
whatever, when you're passing out around the joint and talking memories and stuff, right?
Yeah, but you're not a Woodstock hippie, are you?
No, I'm way younger than that.
Your volume's a bit low, man. I don't know if anybody's told you, but you're lower. You're kind of quieter than the rest of the
Something's
panel.
going on today. Does that sound better?
Yeah, that sounds better. Now I can
Thank
hear you. I was straining my big ears trying to hear. You can't see them on this voodoo doll, but I do have sizable ears.
So where did I piss you off? I just want to know that because
Well,
I
you
think
said
I
that I
got
C4'd his panel and that I was pulling the football away Lucy style. I don't know. Like, hey, Jeff. Jeff doesn't have me on his show. I'm permanently banned. He doesn't ever have
Yeah,
me
you're
on.
about to leave this one too.
Leave this one?
As soon as Chuck comes back.
What do you mean? You kicked me off?
Just like this, like that.
Wow.
That's what it's about to look like, so get prepared.
Wow, you can't handle having me on here. You scared?
I don't want you on here. It's not about handle. I just don't want you on here.
Oh shit! That was
Scared?
funny. You scared?
You scared? You must be.
The funny thing is,
Scared to talk to a grown man?
Jeff is a
Answer, boy.
Satanist, right? And so
Yeah.
you think he's the most evil person, right?
No,
Out
I
of
don't.
The panel.
No, I
voice,
think he's
but
a wimp.
He's really not.
I think he's a wimp. I don't think he's the most evil person. I'm not a Christian. I think he's a wimp. He's just a wimp with antlers on, and he has to silence people in backstage and kick them off because he can't argue and face them with words. He's a wimp. Yeah, he's a slave. He's a BDSM perverted degenerate pride parade marcher. That's what he is.
I haven't marched
He's a
in a
coward.
pride parade in
He's a
decades.
coward. Yeah, you have.
decades.
Decades. But you're a coward, right?
Huh?
You're a coward.
You can think
right?
whatever you want.
You're
Your
a coward.
psychology is so
You
off.
can't
Your
face
theory of
people.
mind is
Not at all.
not accurate at all.
Not
so
off
I
at
don't
all.
care what you think
You're
about.
afraid to have a discussion.
You're not
You're
ever
a
going to get it
coward.
right, so it doesn't
You're
matter.
spineless.
Okay, whatever you think.
Not ever going to get it right. You can't face people that
shit.
disagree with you.
If you think I'm
Cowardly.
not talking to you out of fear, you are
Yeah, it's out of
incorrect.
fear.
You are making an inaccurate
out of
assumption
fear.
about my psychology. You have
It's
shown
out
you have
of
demonstrated
fear.
to me that you have no grasp of my inner
You're rocking
psychology.
back
If
and
that
forth.
is
You're a
the
coward,
conclusion
dude.
you have drawn,
No, you're a coward. You just can't face
See
people
it?
that have a different view.
That's
You
your
have to
opinion.
avoid
You can think
them
what
and
you
block
want.
them.
You can think what you want. I could face you if I choose. I have no
No,
desire
you
to face
can't.
you. I choose not to.
Yeah, well, you know, that's just like your opinion, man.
Coward. You're being exposed. Even if you ban me, it doesn't matter. I'll just
Stop it. Get some help.
Ooh, you exposed
going.
me. Ooh.
Coward.
Did y'all see
Coward.
that? I got exposed.
Coward.
Uh-oh, I hope I still have an audience left. I just got exposed.
I'm gonna come.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
I'm winning.
Okay, so is this like
Are
a
we waiting?
chess
Are we
game or
really waiting on
something?
Chuck?
Moose,
Is that what this
Moose,
come
don't
down
be
to?
a coward. Don't be with this coward guy.
Okay,
by
are
your
we done
side.
with him? Because he's just looping at this
Look at
point. He
this.
adds
He's
no
scared.
content
He's
at
scared.
all whatsoever. Bye, Gingy.
It's like where else is it gonna go, right? Like,
Oh, right, he don't have a channel anymore. Right.
shit.
What was Chuck supposed to tell us when he got back? Oh, what Jack said about AA.
Man, I'm not really like. I don't like the bag on Jack thing because like.
No, I don't have any.
It's just
I don't
wrong.
have any issue with Jack. Here, I tell you, I'll play this short that Not Laws wanted me to
Flow
play
State's here.
while we wait.
Flow State, you're totally
Who is?
allowed up here on the Grift up here. This
Yeah,
is
you
the
can come up.
Unfiltered
you can
Grift
come up,
channel.
Flo.
All right, what's this? Is this some kind of copyright material? You better not be getting me copyright strike.
I don't think it is. It's a TikTok.
My followers have been asking for more. So, anyways, every morning I wake up at 5 a.m. and I get that morning pump, get that morning grind.
What is this?
What is this, Jeff? Come on, man.
I don't understand. I don't know. Not Law sent it to me. I don't understand. Maybe it's Canadian humor. I don't. What are we watching?
Yeah, we're not. I put that back in the back. That was terrible. That's not you. If that was supposed to be funny, well, you might as well just throw me off a bridge.
You have some splaining to do. Right, that's just it. I personally don't think Jack is in. He's at least today. I don't think he's in on the production. But I don't know who's in on the production or not. In fact, I was even in on the production today and didn't even. Me and Dolbez were in on the production and didn't even realize it until we were in the middle of it. So
It's organic, Jeff. It's organic. It happens on the fly.
But that's not well. The production part is the inorganic part.
How do you plan for Jack Talcott to go live 2 hours early, and you happen to be ready, and I happen to be ready, and we go live, and we don't even know he's live?
Yeah, I don't ever look at who's streaming before I go live. I just hit the live.
That doesn't ever happen. Illuma Taylor. Let's see. Let me see if is this really you, Flo?
Please ask all guests.
You got to flip the camera on. We can't have eggplant.
Yeah, you might be a troll. Turn on your cam. Especially with that name.
I think it's him, but I'm not sure.
I saw him on a panel the other day, but I'm not sure either. And if it's him, he'll flash. I know he has no problem showing him.
Oh,
all right, it's him.
Cool.
All right, you coming on? Oh, sorry, sorry.
I heard this is a grift panel. You guys know I love grift.
In fact, you perfect person. Help us. You're like our guru.
Oh,
we're trying to learn to grift.
Bring me up to speed here. Well, first of all, why don't you have a ticker running across the bottom with your Cash App on it?
Moose, why don't we have a ticker running across the bottom?
I should have the Cash App there. I got it in the old description.
And let people know that we have a menu at the bottom.
Right. And drop my Cash App in it too.
And here I'll put your channel. Oh, did you get it back? Do you have your channel?
I mean, I've had my channel. I just I'm not monetized. The appeal could take up to a month.
So you still wait here.
Yeah, but in the meantime, people can help support the Flow State Show with Cash App, PayPal, or Ko-fi. If you want to pay with a card, all that stuff will be linked in the description box.
Hey, are you still accepting women's panties by mail?
You know, I had issues giving out my address.
I do.
You can send them to Chuck.
He'll vet them.
Yeah, and then Chuck will make sure that the good ones arrive to me. If they're too big, then they can stay with Chuck.
I'll press them and iron them and all that good stuff. Put a little starch on them.
No. I want them dirty. Don't you clean them up.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Rebecca Joe. He doesn't need you either. We can replace
Jack
you anytime.
See, you just reinforced her point. That's not gonna win her over, I predict.
I don't want to win her over.
Real quick, who's Canadian Unfiltered?
This guy's got a fucking microphone.
Steven.
No, this guy's cool. He's legit.
You know him?
Oh, is it? Oh, that's
but
not Steven.
I also wanted to hear Chuck's reason for the AA thing, too.
What's that now, Jeff?
Canadian
You said
Unfiltered.
when you got back, you were going to tell us what Jack Talcott said about AA that had you so angry with him.
Well, the biggest thing that pissed me off was when he was looking for something to do, and I mentioned to go down to the local club and see if he could help a drunk out, maybe get sober. And he told me, fuck the individual drunk. Fuck them. They can do whatever. I want to save the world. And that automatically skyrocketed my opinion because it was another drunk working with me that saved my life. He didn't tell me what to do. He didn't dictate what I had to do. All he did was point in directions, and it was up for me to follow whatever direction. And the direction led me to being what I am now, which ain't much apparently.
It's weird that you haven't noticed that Jack's narcissistic until now. That's crazy.
But Chuck, I don't know how you get over that. Like, there's no way to move on from that. So even attempting to having a connection with Jack is
you
a little
almost
disingenuous.
Die from this shit, and it saves your life. Do you not feel some sort of connection?
Yeah, I understand that part. I'm saying
okay.
Talcott saying what he said about I'm not helping individual drunks. There is no way for you emotionally to be friends with a person that says that. So I don't know why you look like the naive one that's trying to maintain some kind of connection with Talcott. No, while you have these emotions about what he said about AA. Like, I don't know how it's possible. I don't even know your psychology for why you even would want anything to do with Talcott after he said that.
And we have a brand new guest here who hasn't said one word.
Okay,
Never seen him before in our
I'll step
life.
aside.
No, I'm just saying.
We were unpacking Chuck's.
Right, we can leave it there if you want.
100 million,
we haven't even got to
100 million
the
subscribers. He could be like.
We've got it dissected. We'll just wait and come back to it. Stick a pin in that, bro.
Correct.
This could be the dude who owns
Canadian.
Disney right here. You would never know it because you don't let him even open his mouth.
He's going to get the whole floor.
All right,
No,
Canadian.
No. Hey,
It's
how
all
are you
you.
guys doing? Been listening to you guys for the last hour or so. It's been
I'm sorry.
Interesting banter.
What's your favorite genre of porn?
You're unfiltered. Come on.
There you go. That's private.
Okay, well,
Don't want to be saying
yes,
things
there's
that YouTube could be taking
filters.
orders on, you know?
Yeah, if you watch porn, it makes you gay.
Next thing you know, you're getting emails for the exact thing you're talking about here.
Yeah. So, who are you guys? Where are you guys from? Everybody.
I'm from Tennessee, as my name.
No shit.
I was born and raised in St. Louis up until 4 years ago. Burned my
What
house
was your high
down
school
in
mascot,
Tennessee.
Chuck?
It was my zipper.
Huh? Well, I'm up
I'm
in
from
Washington
Tennessee
State.
also. I'm from Tennessee. I live in Tennessee now, but I was born in St. Louis.
But you're the gay one.
Said you wouldn't tell Chuck.
Hey, Wiz.
Greetings. How's everybody doing?
Oh, pretty good now. It seems to have cooled off a bit.
Apparently I'm gay.
We knew that, Flo.
Am I the last one here to know?
I was never questioning that.
No, I am.
We always knew that if I gave you $20, you'd take it in the ass for, it's $20.
Well, that's just my entrepreneurial spirit.
I know most people would say, oh, it's the money, but me, I knew it was the good looks too.
Yeah, I'd probably forget the money.
So what's the actual topic? I came up on introductions
Well-
and I missed them.
Chuck, we were dissecting. Well, first of all, the sanity machine got kicked out, and then I showed up. I'm trying to help them learn how to grift better.
Yeah.
And then we were starting to unpack Chuck's complicated emotions.
Yeah, we can get
But then
back to
Canadian
Chuck's
showed up, so we
emotions.
wanted to kind of give him some time and spotlight too.
So I think now
But
we're
then
going back.
he was a buzz. We asked him his favorite port, and he clammed up.
Yeah.
So
He said fisting.
Sure, you can put that there.
Yeah, that's
That is
kind.
so
Chuck
disgusting.
here because he's a little bit hurt about something that happened in a fellowship that should have never even made it on public airwaves like here. But that being said, hang on a second, I'm speaking. In essence, it seems that you have a little bit of resentment that you need to deal with, and until you do that, you're not going to have a healthy relationship with whoever. You're always going to be picking and angry and all that kind of stuff. So, follow the rules. If you're adamant supporter of, that group you're with, follow their instructions, make amends, find your part in the story, and move on. There you go.
And do it privately, right?
They don't do anything privately here.
Well, I tried once.
Well, you got to keep trying until it happens. It just doesn't happen because you say so. It happens because you want it to happen. It's all up to you, man. You can continue to hate, or you can just let it go and get over it. That's what they teach you in that fellowship, bro. I'm just being honest, man.
Or you can kick the dog, take it out, and find a scapegoat.
I'm gonna kick you.
A room full of hate has no room for love, and love is what matters in this situation. And you're not always going to agree with everybody you love.
That's true.
You can find a side piece and be a sugar daddy. It'll distract you from your anger.
I think not.
He's already a sugar daddy to the panels.
That's true.
And as Forrest Gump would say, that's all I got to say about that.
And talking about sugar daddies to the panels, hey, hit that subscribe button and get this man some money. He's got some links down there somewhere. Throw him some donations, knock people off the panel, whatever you got to do, help the man out. Do some grifting.
That's right, and I appreciate the super chats from everybody off my channel. But throw Moose some stuff. I think it's his turn to get in on some of it.
Now, something else that's useful is for your grift infrastructure, you're going to need to get Nightbot and program it with a timer that drops your dono links probably every 15 minutes, depending on how active your chat is. Yeah, it's free. Nightbot.com.
Oh, you're Grift King.
Let's see. I can see Nightbot TV.
Nightbot TV. That's it. That's
Chatbot for Twitch and YouTube.
Okay. Yeah, so you just link that up. Give it admin. It's pretty user friendly. Walk through it, then go down to timers when you're in there and set up a timer to drop the links. I have mine every 15 minutes, but I would recommend a little bit slower because I've got a little bit bigger chats, and you don't want it's just not cool when you look at the chat and it's just all Nightbot dropping links, right?
Oh yeah, you can't be like, oh, I'm the only one in chat. Give me some money.
Right. So you're gonna want to scale that back to however it's appropriate, right? The goal is to have a link always available to somebody if they want to scroll up, but not ever spam the fuck out. So however you can balance it. If I didn't
piss off Cynthia, I could just have her sit down there and post it every 5 minutes because she does that for everybody else. But you know how that went.
Yeah, she revoked my black card, or tried to. She doesn't have that authority. I don't know what she would have. I don't know why she thinks she would. She's Mexican. She's got no more authority to revoke the black card.
Well, no, you can have it. I can renew your black card.
My black card is signed by
Trig. How much?
Well, that's between me, Hank, and Joe Cool.
Well, that's because she was a mod over there, Trigman's.
Yeah, but Trigman's not. Just because Trigman was the first one to authorize my black card doesn't mean he was the last one. Resto also came up and co-signed it, so. Do you want me to say the N-word now or what?
Yeah, it's just sitting there in limbo. I'm about to get it wired and get it going here in the fall time. So yeah, it's ready to go. So
okay, cool.
Just putting content together right now.
Any particular theme?
Canadiana. Most people like to call Canadians dumb bumfucks from nowhere up in the north and live in igloos and shit like that. We want to.
No, you guys are just cheap. I live with a bunch of Canadians in Mexico in the winter, and they never tip. But you might not be like that. Are you the Canadian Unfiltered? It says coming soon.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna drop that link for everybody. We got to get this man over 500 subscribers.
Does
He's
that
at
mean-
173 right now.
But he's coming soon.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of things on it, but I haven't still figured out what I exactly want to do when I grow up.
I'm gonna come.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's kind of you to warn people before you
Do
come.
not come. Moose, where's the clip?
You know, I always thought that girls could tell when you're going to come, but not all of them can.
They fake it a lot.
Well, the female orgasm is a myth. We all know that.
You can tell. You can tell when it's real. There's no faking that.
The feet don't lie. Look, the feet don't lie.
It's you can feel the whole experience. If you're in tune with it, if you know what you're doing, you know.
Moose,
You have
you
to
sound
watch
like
your
a very
bed-
sensual lover.
If you have to wash your bedroom windows when you're done, then you've probably been successful.
I would assume the curtains are open. So what exactly is the experiment you're hoping to achieve with this type of panel? Curious.
The experiment. Okay, so
Yeah, what's the experiment?
I originally come from a channel that is it's built up. The basis of it is driving without a license and standing your ground when, you know, the police pull you over or whatever.
Mm.
And it was kind of an entertainment panel. I don't know how to explain it exactly, but then I've gone around and I've been, you know, I've helped a bunch of channels get monetized. And so I know a lot of people, and a lot of people don't like each other, but this is a place for them to have conversations that they normally wouldn't have on their channels, because they'd be like, you know, throwing each other out or just treating each other like shit the whole time. So instead of treating each other like shit over there, I'm facilitating that place right here, and then I'm trying to monetize it in the process like the devil. So I'm all about taking your money to throw people out, abuse them, change the topic, you know.
So you're
Wherever
trying to
it
have
goes.
like a... This is like the safe space?
Safe space? It's like the asylum.
I thought you said that this is a place where everybody could come who don't like each other and get along and be nice.
Well, yeah, they still get thrown out. You saw how Jeff threw out Sanity Machine.
I guess, yeah.
He
I guess.
threw out Paul too on accident. so Paul clicked the link, right? And I put him up, and Jeff threw him in the back, and then I put him up, and Jeff threw him in the back, and he's like, "Dude, I thought we talked about this." And I'm like, "What are you talking about, dude?" He's all, "You said no snafu," and he kicks him out of the back, and
I mean, in
comes
all
back.
fairness,
He kicks him out of the back again.
Paul is responsible for snafu, probably. So it's sort of a pass-through snafu. I could see that logic.
Yeah, so this channel is basically it's a hodgepodge of just open dialogue and
A place
watching
where
the
you-
insanity. Go ahead, sorry.
a place where people can clean up a mess.
There you go. A place where people can clean up a mess. That's a good way to put it.
They're usually an open panel. The host will literally set the table, and then it kind of takes a shape of its own. Right. I don't know, when I first came on, it was like there was really no direction going on. Then it was just like people yammering over each other, right? I'm no pro, but I've been in a few panels, but that seems to be how it goes. First half hour, the content is pretty much set up by the tone will be set up by the host in the first 10, 15, 20 minutes, and then let it go for a free for all.
See, this guy knows what he's talking about, doesn't he, Moose? I said the
He
same
definitely
thing.
does.
You got to set your table with a message.
Yep. Got to set the table, and then you got to invite people over who are gonna clean up the table and wash the dishes after you're done.
The fuck
You
if
got
we are.
4
This is your
minutes-
mess.
you got 4 minutes to keep their attention before they leave, and it's the first 20 minutes that determines whether or not your stream will have viewers.
Yeah,
I'll do the
Nyaka.
dishes. scrape them off, okay?
Man,
All right, we'll scrape them off. Are we scraping them off some of that like fine white powder or?
What? You can do what you want with that. That's your decision.
You have a fine point, Canadian. The goal is to do better and be better. So next time we will come on here and I'll monologue for long. I got this.
Yeah, monologues are a good idea. Fucking rant and rave about all kinds of things and then open it up.
I mean, you're surrounded by a bunch of fucking zombies, wouldn't you say?
I have no useful opinion on that one.
All right. Well, I'm just going to say I am. I mean, you walk outside and you see people still wearing masks. It's sad. It's sad. You look into their eyes and they're hollow.
What if they have health issues or reasons?
Well, blocking your oxygen. I'm not a doctor, so we're not going to talk about this, but I just don't think that blocking your airwaves is going to lead to better health. All right? My opinion.
Well, I always gave the example. I never wore a mask. I never did any of that stuff. I never participated in the mental health for 3 years. I was, I was kind of standing alone with it all. And
people died, sir.
What?
People died, sir.
That's where you know what?
I know more people who died from their solution than they did from the actual cause. That's my experience.
That's very true. We also cured the flu those 2 years. I think that reality is that achievement is overlooked far too frequently.
Imagine 92% reduction in flu rates.
Imagine a Satanist with deer antlers eating ramen noodles on panel. What are you eating?
It's chicken Alfredo. Give me some credit.
My bad.
Why did you interrupt him though? That was going to be some gold right there, and you interrupted him like a jerk.
What was?
Well, no, it's actually a good thing because YouTube would have probably cut the stream off or something.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm not excited
about you can only do those snippets in 3-second intervals, and then you got to.
I just had a stream took down from medical misinformation from like 2 years ago. It didn't give me a strike or anything. It just was, they just pulled it off.
This is an entertainment channel. We don't know anything.
This is a mukbang channel. Can we full screen, Jeff?
Medicine giving legal advice.
Yeah.
Oh, what you do?
Mukbang. Eat that shit. Put your camera back. Oh, that pussy. That pussy.
I accidentally pulled him off.
Okay. Jeff, cam up. Eat it for the people.
Eat it for the people. Hey, $20 for him to cam up. Send it to OG.
Okay. Yes, I'll do it for $20, and y'all better get going fast.
So, anyways, these people all know each other from different various streams and different places in the corners of YouTube. Some of them are from far deep. Other places are from shallow ponds. But sometimes we actually facilitate some amazing conversations. Other times I come in here and it's like, what the hell am I doing with my life? You know?
Well, as long as you got something to do that pays the bills and you got a hobby, make it a hobby, I guess.
Oh, yeah, that's all it is.
He recycles aluminum cans and gives hand jobs for most of
No, the thing is it doesn't really pay when it's to yourself.
But you did say you were from Washington State, correct?
No, I didn't say where I was from. I am actually from California, but Jeff is from Washington, and I live in Maine. I sold everything, bought a hotel in Maine, then sold the hotel 4 years later, and here I am figuring out my next venture, my next business, while I work part-time and take care of my daughter and run shit, you know?
Copy that.
And you're from Canada, it looks like.
Yeah, West Coast. I wonder how my
Moose Man
that one out.
You should play that short I put back. It's our boy Wizard. Where'd Wizard go? Oh, there he is, right beside Daisy May. She left me another motherfucking comment this morning. And I guess I'll probably have to grift it for another $20 on my next stream.
Of course I did, dear.
Wow.
I'm a professional
Okay.
grifter.
We're
for
hearing
you,
ice clink.
and other people, Taylor and Jeff, but I'm
Huh?
not a professional grifter for myself, and I'm okay with that. I would rather build up a following on doing something and achieving something, helping inspire others to be better and do better in their life. That's what I want to get paid for.
I remember that one, Flo.
She's a squirter.
How do you go from I want to do something to help people be better and get paid for it to she's a squirter in like half a second?
Where are we? Is this real, bro? Like, why does the social norms, like, why do you have to follow those? Like, does it ever treat you right? Does it make you feel good to, like, follow social norms?
It's called getting in line. Get in line.
I just do whatever the fuck I want. I was live streaming from the cashier stand. I was sitting there checking people out, you know, passing their groceries through the thing. Have a great day, folks. On live stream. I don't give a shit. Like, I do what I want. Life is much better when, you know, as long as you're not hurting anybody. Life is much better just doing what you feel like doing.
Sure. Until it starts hurting somebody. And that's where you get into all the gray areas.
What? The only person that's possibly going to be offended by me saying she's a squirter is somebody who hasn't given a woman an orgasm.
I have forgotten all about that. I wouldn't even talk about that.
It's not my fault. If you need, like, somebody to teach you, I can get you in line with some old lady. They'll teach you.
I'm good, thanks.
I could use a good man.
All right, so where are we going to take this, Jeff? You're co-hosting this.
I don't know. You have
spearheading
your
this
menu.
thing.
Nobody's using. This was supposed to be the experiment stream to try to try out this new grifting thing.
Nobody cares about the menu right now, so we're just going to have some good conversation.
Sure, I could do that. I'm not good at grifting anyway.
Well, you better start by dropping them Cash App links and stuff.
Yeah, who has Cash Apps that need dropped? I don't
Not
even know.
a Canadian thing.
Cash
We're
App?
not allowed to do that.
What?
We do e-transfers through banking, which is weird. You guys don't do it.
Like wire transfers?
No, it's just e-transfer. Send someone an email with money in it. Deposit
Through
in
your
your bank account. Yeah.
Like PayPal? Or
Like,
just
fuck, it's so much easier than 15 moves to do a Cash App.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, send someone a text message with money in it. Like, I can't believe America.
I mean, we have all that, but it's
Wizard.
all third party. It's not bank to bank.
Yeah, it's like, cut out the middleman.
Yeah.
What does a
problem
Cash
is-
App take? 3% of your money? That for the transaction? 3%?
I'm not sure.
Does it?
I'm not sure.
Not
I know
if it's a
YouTube takes
gift.
30.
I don't know.
Well, there's a transaction fee somewhere in there.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know, 3%, 3 cents through 30 cents, whatever. Yeah, it's weird that you guys don't have e-transfers out here. It seems the U.S. is one of the few countries that has it. Just a pain in the ass.
Oh, the moving background. Okay, I'm sorry. Shit.
What I'm suggesting about is supporting me, it's not like a lifetime commitment. It could be like a couple hours, maybe an hour.
The fuck
Was that grifting? Was that a grift? We need some grift clips.
Clip that. What the fuck was that?
You know what they say grifting is? It's a fast talker for slow-moving brains. So there you have it. Talk
Holy
fast for
fuck.
slow-moving brains, they'll pay.
That was
That
my
seems
favorite
exploitative.
online guru right there. That's Mr.
Well, that's
Jack
the definition
Talcott.
of a grift.
Mr.
Fast
Jack
talking
You're
for
right.
slow.
I need to really tap into my Satanism here if I'm going to pull this grift off.
No, the deal is if you have something worth that people are going to gravitate to, they're going to pay you naturally. It's organic.
That's
They're not
what
gonna
I'm trying.
You know,
That's the
it's
approach I
orga-
take.
Yeah.
We're trying the menu thing though, like to try to like incentivize that. This is all an experiment. But my approach, I just run the stream, and people just do what they
Yeah,
want.
we could lower the prices too. It's all about having the audience, giving the audience a way to participate. It's,
How about name your own
that-
price? They can suggest a price.
Well, Jeff,
I think
didn't
they're
you get
pretty
a
low
lot of?
already.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jeff. Didn't you get a lot of like yesterday? Didn't a lot of people buy wrenches? That was pretty natural.
We sold wrenches yesterday.
rented the wrenches.
$20 for wrenches. We got 2 or 3 wrenches sold.
Sorry.
I'm gonna come.
You know.
I was
I got a
surprised.
bunch of
Holy
money,
crap,
too.
People are actually doing this.
I like money.
That was it was amazing.
Yeah. So I'm good at sparking the fire over other channels. Whoa.
Was good at sparking wood here.
It's too bad that other character didn't leave because you actually had. I was kind of watching the viewer numbers. That other guy that left earlier, or whatever his name was,
Chuck or Talcott.
he was keeping your viewers in tune. They were. I don't know what your views are now, but that kind of conversation, as controversial as it was, it actually kept people fucking engaged in your chat. It looks pretty.
They
did.
They like drama and energy. When the energy rises.
Yeah, well, all you have to do is mainstream television. I mean, if it bleeds, it leads, right? It makes money, keeps people engaged.
But then there's also
People
some
don't like
that
pe-
prefer
pe-
the more like deep dive conversations too. So it's finding that balance.
Yeah, I when I research YouTube, those kind of things only have like maybe anywhere from 5 to 10 viewers.
Ours gets more than that, but it took a while to grow up to that number.
Yeah, well, you probably had like 10,000 plus subscribers, so you're probably grabbing 10% of your subscribers.
No, not hardly. I got about almost 600.
And how much people watching out of the 600?
We average like 30 to 50, sometimes 60.
60 would be the number you'd hope for, yeah. Out of 600 subscribers, 10% of your subscribers should tune into you live.
That should be the active engagement.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're pretty close. Actually, depend on the streams.
So
when
it
I do
doesn't
the
really
all-day
matter.
streams, we get better engagement.
All day streams?
Yeah.
Oh, probably the ones waiting for food stamps and stuff like that are tuning in? Or do they have lots of money to give you?
Poor people have tons of money to spend. They spend it on entertainment all the time. They're the ones who spend it on Netflix and Amazon and Hulu.
They're the ones
and
that started this shit with
Disney.
QVX on fucking TV. Sitting around at 3 o'clock in the morning ordering shit off TV.
Yeah. I don't know.
All I know.
I think the world has changed a little bit since the necessity of staying at home during lockdowns, and YouTube really made their bank on it, right? But I think things have changed a little bit. So what used to work in the 4 years previous, it's moved on. I think most people like being entertained. I think they're watching different type of content overall. Like when you're talking, I used to be on panels where there'd be, 200 or 300 people on a panel. Now you're lucky if you get over 100 on 90% of them. Like, of course, there's exceptions to the rule, but the general rule is these type of things really aren't generators anymore because people don't have time to waste. People are back to work. People are doing their lives again,
and people aren't afraid. They don't need to hide from their lives, like they're not like, oh my God, something's gonna take me out at any second.
And I can attest to a most certain difference because I've been doing this stuff for 8 years and my numbers have just gradually grown over the time. That's all it is. I don't promote. I'm not monetized. I do nothing but informational research. And I just finally hit 3,500 subs today.
3,500?
Yeah. And so the audience is most certainly different according to what you're putting out.
Yeah.
I don't know who was talking there. Who was talking there?
That's
the
me,
word
right?
Wizard.
Yeah, right next to you. Daisy May here.
Oh, okay. Oh, there you go. Fucking scary shit.
Who is Daisy May? Who's that picture of?
That's Daisy May.
Daisy May.
Okay.
Are you trying to misgender that Daisy May, Jeff?
It looked like a guy to me.
That's what I'm saying. You're trying to misgender Daisy May.
No, I'm calling it the gender it looks like.
I'll whoop your ass, boy. You trying to misgender me?
I just know, and I'm not 100% the market. I am a segment of the market of consumer when it comes to content. And I found over the last year or so, since the 19 garbage has been fucking sort of passed off onto the wayside, consume different types of content, like at a level of binging level, which is weird. I never thought I'd spend that much time watching a guy's content or a channel's content and be engaged with it. You know what I mean?
Not jerk
and that's
off
the biggest.
At the same time.
No, well, YouTube I don't think has an 18+ side, so I'll go elsewhere for that stuff. But on YouTube, it's like more of the long format stuff. You want them clicking next.
You're right, because YouTube basically just wants your eyes on here as long as it can possibly be here.
That was Zuckerberg's that was his goal, right? Social media, to get the human to engage 99.9% of its time staring at a screen. So when we're talking about things earlier in your discussion in the show, that's exactly what they wanted, and that's exactly what they got. The world staring at screens.
I love it. I think it's fantastic.
Well, it's the safe space.
Missed that last comment.
It's the safe space.
I don't know if it's any more or less safe. It's probably less safe than my real life.
Well, that's
I don't know if it's the
look
safety
at
that
it.
appeals. I think it's just the range of people I can interact with.
Well, that may be for you, but I think for most people, it's a safe space because they know people can't reach over the screen.
Exactly. Kind of like having arguments with people behind avatars. It just drives me bananas. Like, if at least you're going to call me a name.
Yeah, if you're going to
call me a name, eyeball to eyeball, face to face, and see where we go. Right? Like that's one of the biggest irritants.
If you want to see my
on a video platform, but yet we're walking and talking behind an avatar. I don't get it.
If you want to see my ugliness, I'm glad to show you.
We see those behind avatars too.
Yeah, we see it all.
It doesn't. Avatars don't hide the ugliness.
Well, if you ever want to spot a fool, just wait till they speak, right?
What's something beneficial that could come from these panels, though?
I've seen support come from them. I've seen creative projects and collaborations come from them. I've seen connections, like people make connections and meet each other, like networking, come from it.
This is the greatest library on earth. It gives you access to information around the world in now time.
I don't know. When the internet first came out, I thought the internet was a lot better at showing me the information. Now they just censor it. So I don't know if we're getting the information, all of the information. We're getting a side of the information nowadays. It's kind of like the modern day book burning's been going on the last few years.
I feel the same
So
way.
I don't agree that we're getting more information. That's why I don't search through Google, because Google tells me what I should. This is what it is, and I go elsewhere to get my information. So it's not algorithmed.
Yeah, I know what
Right,
you mean.
I suggest that because
2001, when I was in high school, you could look stuff up and you would get thousands and thousands and thousands of like pages that you could go through. And now Google's algorithm has it so it cuts down everything and it tells you what it thinks you want to hear. It doesn't give you access to all the rest of it.
Right,
Well, you
and that's
just
why
keep scrolling till you find what you want. You think there's like information it's hiding from you that's out there, but it's not putting it in search results. But
each one has its own data.
That seems difficult to pull off.
Well, each internet
Not that hard to pull off with computer code.
Yeah, each
quite
internet.
easy,
No,
actually.
with hiding
off
information,
Wizard.
not about the computer itself, but just if there's facts out there that you could keep the public from finding out about them by just not showing them on an internet search engine. That's not the only way to find facts. So surely they would come out some other way eventually. So it seems like a long roundabout way.
99% of the world is digitized. So,
but reality isn't. Like I'm talking about facts on the ground. The actual material of history. We consume it digitally, but it doesn't happen digitally. Like we're still embodied beings.
100%. I agree with that.
And that's why I suggest not just sticking with one search engine. Each has their own database. So when you query a question, put it through several search engines, see what they come up with. That way you have a gathering information that's going to give you a collective body that's going to give you a more objective view of what is actually there.
But like most of my search, like the information I search for personally is a basic Google search will give me what I need to know. Sometimes I'll ask the AI or something, or Wikipedia, but I don't have problem finding most of the information I need. I'm not searching for really obscure or esoteric information. I need to look up facts or read a paper or something. And for that purpose, it gives me that information.
Yeah, like basic definitions and stuff.
Does it confirm your bias? That's the question I ask. If it's constantly confirming your bias, then it's not the both sides of the coin.
I don't know what my bias is.
If you're getting information,
I like do libraries confirm my bias when I go in the card catalog and search for books. All I'm doing is using it to access various information needs, various sources to provide me with information, facts, data.
Yeah, but
sometimes opinions, commentary.
I went to school for journalism. So the days of investigative journalism really don't exist anymore because you don't get all of the story. You get what they want you to know, and they will close you down if you try to.
I don't get it from
else.
a single source, so I don't know how it's possible to gatekeep my reality when they don't control the sources I get.
But you're the exception to the rule then, because the majority of the population will just go Google it. It's a brand. It's like Kleenex. It's the most recognizable.
But I don't think
brand.
that's necessary. I think for 99% of cases, go Google it works. You need a recipe, go Google it. You need to know the diameter of the Earth, go Google it. You need to find somebody's website, go Google them.
Not necessarily true.
Well, it works for me. Like like I get the stuff I need when I Google, so I don't know what you're Googling for, but it meets my needs.
Well, here's what I search for when I hear a particular message and it's really, really not giving me the whole story. I will go and search for data on the topic, and then I'll find things that disturb me. That tells me that isn't censored. When I go for confirmation bias, is what it's called.
But how are you finding it?
Hang on. If I have confirmation bias and I find something like in a research capacity, right? I mean, if you're looking for something down the road, you're in a small town, you want to find a restaurant, you use Google. Fair enough. That's a great example of what I think I'm hearing you say. But when I'm talking about really deep diving into, research, I don't want confirmation bias. I want information that's going to disturb me. And I'm going to investigate why I'm disturbed.
That's still a bias. A bias
No.
for disturbing information.
No, I already know what my eyes see.
That's what a bias is. It's already knowing.
I know what my eyes see. They don't. I'm not delusional when I look at what I see. I know what I see. But I want to know about why. So answering the question of why, I don't think I get all of the story when I search specifically on Google because it's gamed. So as a funny example, and I don't know if this is the right platform to do it, about 4 or 5 years ago, you could go to Google and then you can go to non-Google. That's not owned by Google, like the search results. And you just type in one word, Trump, and hit enter on both of them side by side and tell me what they say on both of them. So do a presearch.com, for example, in a Google search, side by side, 2 windows, and just put Trump, enter.
All right, I'm doing it on Google.
What you see in the first 10.
There's a bunch of pictures of Donald Trump. Then they have his homepage. They have CNN, Donald Trump News. They have his Twitter, Facebook, AP News, which is breaking headlines, Wikipedia, Instagram.
Read the headlines. Just read me a couple of headlines.
From AP News or from
or CNN or for whoever. It doesn't matter.
Right,
What's
CNN's the earliest one, so I'll go to that one. Donald Trump News. Let's see. Race hits critical stretch as debate approaches. Arlington Cemetery controversy deepens. Why Democrats are suing Georgia's conservative-leaning election board. Harris slams Trump over Arlington National Cemetery incident.
So go to presearch.com, just enter Trump, press enter, and what are the first 10 results?
The homepage, CNN, AP headlines. Then there's some news stuff. Arlington Cemetery, grieving families. Facebook, Instagram, NBC News, Wikipedia, Trump White House, archives.gov. So pretty much the same sites, more or less, different orders. But Supreme Court Gov, opinions, New York Times article.
Did it have Trump organization at the very top?
It had his website. In fact, that was the very first.
Trump.org,
DonaldJTrump.com.
Yeah, that's his political website. We're talking about the Trump organization. Should be the first result. Which would be at the end of the day would be
what's the
what
URL for that?
His
I'm sure I
organization.
could type in Trump.org and find it. It's not that hard. Trump.org. It has a whole Wikipedia article. Trump.com, the luxury real estate portfolio. The Trump organization. It's Trump.com.
Yeah, okay. That would be unbiased information. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, I want to look up Trump. I'm going to look up him. And it's just because he's got so much public scrutiny in the last 10 years. You're going to get a lot of the news media bias on how Orange Man bad all the time. Like, I'm not here endorsing one way or another. I'm just saying the influence is there. They influence. The Google search influences what you're going to tap into.
I mean, not if you know what you're looking for, how to do research.
But most people...
Stop it. Get some help.
Well,
And I guess we see things in Canada a little different. American algorithms are totally different than what we get in Canada.
Oh, you're right. So your results come
Right.
up differently?
Yeah.
Because
Also, your guys as journalists have different like laws and all that stuff, right? Because my friend Jesse Howe is Canadian. He does the Missing Link Live, and his Facebook was like banned or whatever.
Oh, in Canada.
Yeah, he's not allowed to talk about anything like news related because he doesn't have like a journalist privilege or whatever.
Yeah, that just happened this year. Yeah. Does he have a YouTube channel?
Yeah.
It's the Missing Link Live. I'll get it.
You put it.
I'm there. No, it doesn't even show his channel. Yeah, maybe put it up there.
We could be quiet until someone pays us to talk. There's a group.
I guess his channel doesn't exist anymore.
What? No way. Angeline was just in here the other day.
Yeah, Missing Link India. That's all it has here.
Yeah, I guess it's gone.
Does anyone have Jesse's channel?
No, don't let this person up. I don't know who this is.
I don't know who that is.
Wizard, that's not you, right?
If you want to flash your camera in the back and convince us that you're not a troll, you could try.
Yeah, I'm already on panel. It's not me.
Okay.
What's the name?
Keith Little.
The YouTube name is Trisha, and then the name is Keith Little.
Yeah, that's not me.
I bet you that's Snafu.
It's either Snafu or Daisy May.
Well, I banned him. Thank you.
Oh, that's quite swift.
Do you want BSBT up here?
Yeah, he's fine. He can come
Broken system.
Oh, I thought y'all were
trust.
fighting in the chat room.
Oh, broken system, broken trust is in love with me.
Is that a bad
Let's,
thing?
keep
Like,
the
is this a
love
bad
going.
thing or a good thing?
He's not going to do anything. He's good. He's coming to join the conversation.
Good. Maybe he'll bring one with him.
Yeah, we need a conversation.
Well, they say they have leaders and then you have followers, right? So you guys are supposed to be the leaders, so lead us.
Well, we
Come on,
were
dear
talking
leaders.
about Google search results, but I think that went
I'm
as far as it could
cashed
go.
out. I've been live streaming for like 8 hours today. Jeff, you're in
That's
charge
it?
of this rodeo.
I am.
You're supposed to be inspired. You're supposed to be fired up.
I guess I'm not inspired today.
Go get some coffee.
The Talcott conversation was good.
Go get some coffee.
What's his name? BTSB, come up.
Broken.
He tried to come up on my stream and I was wrapping up, so I told him next time I was on he could come up. So.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, just go over to the optics are high.
He just Liliana says, "Please don't."
Well, as long as he's not a troll, everybody gets a chance. This is about conversations. And Moose is willing to take way more risks than I would on my channel because I'm about very specific types of conversations, and Moose is a little more freeform.
Hey Jeff, you can copy the stream link from MoOse's and put it down there.
I had put it in my chat, the one from StreamYard.
Yeah, but you copied your link.
Oh,
So
wait.
Jeff, your channel is called the Gen X.
Outliers in Exile our Gen X Jeff.
So that's
I'll
you.
put the
Okay.
link.
I got you here.
All right. What are you saying? I put the wrong link. I put the StreamYard link, huh?
Not
Yeah,
on
so-
yours. In the beginning, I had to swap over to the other one. I noticed there were two of the same stream, so I put it together when you guys were talking.
So let's
So
then see if this one works.
Oh yeah, we're just doing a collaboration today. I have he has the keys to my channel, and he's streaming to his channel, and he can throw people out, and I can play with all the buttons.
Yeah, this is
All
just
right,
an
well-
experiment. This is the first time we've collaborated like this. So normally
it
it's
looks
on my
like-
channel.
And it looks like the links are available for him. So BSBT, come on up if you want. The link's there.
So just as a quick synopsis, looking back, are you thinking you might want to pursue this further, or failed experiment? What do you think?
This stream.
Yeah.
I think we
it's a
need to
learning experience. You gotta,
I think we need to
fine tune it. Have
Yeah.
some topics. Have some backup plans. Just if the panel's not going to carry it, then we need to be able to carry it with something fun.
Yeah.
I think a 10-minute monologue is a good idea. Someone who's well spoken to carry it,
Moose is good at those.
and then bring in one to have a little bit of a in debate to talk about what I just heard, and then start inviting more and more and more, and build up your 10 in the studio. Create the demand for
And if you've
more
got
people to come in.
And if you've got a topic and you do a 20-minute intro and then invite panelists up, and it's also wise to maybe have some small clips in the background to review and go over topic wise.
Related to the topic.
Right.
While they're on panel, play some clips.
Right.
to the
You
topic.
use news clips, or you use pictures of news stories or whatever to collaborate if you're
Right.
it's almost like a debate, right? Like you're starting off on a debate, you're stating your case. And then your second co-host can what really works well, if he debates you, he's not necessarily an echo chamber. He's going to kind of challenge you on your rant, and then you start inviting the rest of the people to fill up the panel. And then the chat will literally fucking decide what the rest of the show is going to be like. Like, really pay attention to your chat.
Oh yeah, I do. The chat is like half the experience for me.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I'd love to be. I'm not an entertainer, and I don't really consider myself an influencer. I'm kind of a producer. I like producing shows.
Well,
that's what I like doing.
We have a few of those around here. And that's the part I'm bad at. Like, I'm bad at the production. I'm better at turning the camera on and hosting the panels.
Oh.
And not having to focus on those little production details while I'm doing it.
Well, maybe we can collaborate.
Yeah, I'm always up for collaborating.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is a collaboration right here with producer Moose. And your
Beautiful, isn't it?
setup, your setup does look very professional. Is that a background?
Yes, sir.
Let's see.
I live in a galley style open space apartment, so I don't really have much in the background. So,
Is that a green screen?
yes, sir.
Oh, Jack Talcott wants a producer. Jack, click the link, come back up, meet this Canadian Unfiltered. Oh
Yeah,
man,
I think you'd like it,
I
Jack.
bet you he'd love to meet the absolute my favorite guru of the internet, Jack Talcott.
Hey, Sean, welcome.
If you don't know Jack's rap, he's all about live without fear, love without fear.
Live without war,
And,
live without fear, and without money, and without jobs.
basically he wants to end wars and suffering and the monetary system.
Yeah.
Well, I would say, listening to him, I kind of got a gist of where he comes from. Unfortunately, in this world, it's too far advanced that a very, very, very small minority of people are going to attach to it. I mean, it
That's what I
sounds
think.
good in theories, right?
Hey,
Like
Hank.
I believe at the end of the day, the monetary system as it stands today, it's only a matter of time, but it's not sustainable. So I agree with that. I'm not so sure the solutions that side of the coin likes to present are feasible en masse, because not too many people want to give up their comforts. And that's the only thing holding them back. Jack, speak.
Hey, blessings. Thank you. Moose described me right. And the joke there is Moose was my producer a while back and things didn't work out. But I am trying to find a way to do better content, better quality. The message I have is I want a better world for us all. And as a veteran, I served the military as a kid, and as a veteran, I want wars to end. And I think it's possible.
That's where I think you're going to diverge from the majority.
Listen, all due respect, I love the message. Like, I get where your motivation comes from. However, the delivery method, I think, has something. Like, I noticed you had a dispute with someone that was on panel earlier, and the second he spoke, I could see you just doing this.
We're caught.
If you understood the past 2 years.
But that being said, you're not going to win friends and influence others with that type of a response to someone who disagrees with you.
No, I don't disagree.
So I don't need to know the backstory behind it. All I know is I'm a stranger. I saw this and I automatically went, whoa.
Right. Hey, tell you what, Canadian Unfiltered, it's an honor to meet you. You said you're more of a producer type. I am looking for that. You've already formed your decision about me. Thank you, brothers. Much love. I'll see you later.
Wow.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
So I did something different. I had a disagreement with someone who ran a panel Friday, and I just got out of a debate with them. We had a debate for a couple hours. So that means I wasn't angry. Otherwise, we couldn't run the debate for a couple hours. It's cordial. It was just on the machine live, so we want to watch it. But that's how I handle business. I don't necessarily. I was really angry about the subject matter, but it doesn't mean I have to just spaz out. So,
like, the whole point of if I'm a producer, just like being in the movie business, you're not going to like everything I have to say, but my objective is to try to make it work.
Yeah.
Right. At the end of the day, it's not here. I'm not here to cuddle anybody. You know what I mean? Like, I think I know what makes things tick, coming from a broadcast culture, right? And there's a way to do things, and there's a way to lose things, and that's unfortunately until my message gets lost in delivery. Unfortunately, I feel bad for the guy because he has a good message. If he would spend the time and actually engage in dialogue, even dissenters, it's okay to dissent. This is the world we live in today. We're not allowed to dissent.
So
you're either a dummy, or you stand in line.
Yeah.
If you don't stand in line, you're a dummy.
So he wants to show.
That's insane.
So he wants to show each and every day, and he lets people dialogue with them. But I can understand where he's coming from. That he's kind of frustrated that he doesn't have as much success as he thinks he should have. So.
Well, that's just a sense of entitlement. Nobody owes me nothing. I earn. If I don't earn, I lose. And I'm a free market guy, right? The market will decide whether or not it's whatever it is I'm peddling is going to make money. Period. That's end of story. Free market decides whether or not I got a listener or I don't.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Praise God.
Unfortunately, it's all in the delivery, man. Why do you think politicians smile all the time?
Because it
they
gets them more
know that
votes.
the politicians know that they're fucking you, and they're thinking, I'm telling you, hey, I'm gonna make your life better, but I'm actually just lining my pockets and making sure my family's eating good. But who gives a shit about you? I've
Yeah,
What
already
do
got
you
my
expect
position.
from
Here's the
your
thing.
politicians?
Here's the thing. You benefit from my family being fed. There you go.
Yeah. There was a politician in Canada years back in the 80s. He became what you would call the governor in the US. He was a provincial premier. And he was straight up. He said, we all know politicians. I'm going to line my pockets. I'm not going to lie about it. I'm going to line my pockets. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to line yours too. And the guy won in a landslide just because he said that, right? He won in a landslide. And sure enough, that province was very, very wealthy for a long, long time. And it's just the way it is. It's our money anyways at the end of the day. I just want some of it back. Or even some sort of services that gives me the opportunity to say I paid for something. But in the world I live in here in Canada, it's like I pay, you eat. I don't like that too much. I don't get the benefit of those crazy taxes I pay. So I can understand the fella who didn't want to dialogue with me. Right? I don't want to pay for you to eat.
Yeah.
Unless I get something in return. That's called free market.
It's like philanthropy without charity. It just doesn't seem to work.
Yeah. Well, here's my opinion. My opinion, taxation is rent, and sometimes it pays to keep everyone fed because otherwise you're gonna. Jack would want to just start wars to get fed rather than end wars, and that's not good for me because I'd rather have fewer wars. So yeah, feeding him keeps him money to end wars instead of start wars. Then it pays for me to feed him.
Your mic is a little bit low, Hank.
Yeah, let me put the audio back up. No, that's fine.
Whoever's running the StreamYard could also do the
I put it back
levels
up
on all mics.
I put it back up. It got
I tried that, but it never seems to work.
Yeah, so
it seems to cause more issues than it solves.
Yeah.
Do you have the auto level set? If you turn it off, then you
talking
can
about in
control
StreamYard?
it. Yes, sir.
The automatic.
I turned it
well, you
off
have to
and I
set
put
it
them
on
all the
each
way up.
individual user. You have to set
That's
it on
right.
each person.
Yeah, you control everybody's mic by turning off the auto level.
Yeah, he sounds better now.
I had to turn up my volume again. So, but yeah, if feeding Jack makes him want to end wars instead of start wars, then it pays for me to feed him.
Well, there's no incentive to end wars. Wars are here to stay.
No, there is because
in my lifetime, anyways.
They're very costly. The amount of resources we have to throw at it and lives we have to throw away. So there is an incentive. You don't want to have war if you can avoid it.
Yeah,
So
and I think we mostly don't have war because we
Exactly.
Well, the U.S. is proxying a lot of different wars around the planet.
Yeah, but we're not having a civil war right now. So
Not yet.
well, not right now.
But you just go back to the two world wars that we had. What was what preceded the First and Second World War?
Trading with the enemy act.
Common denominator between the two wars. There was one thing that was common.
Europe. Yeah, Europe.
No, it was called depression, recession. The only problem with this nowadays is that your war production is now offshored, so you're not going to benefit from the war production.
Yeah.
Everyone else.
If it's even a ground war.
It's known as a program of economic warfare, and it was institutionalized through the Trading with the Enemy Act, 1917, prior to World War I, and then it was amended after World War II to extend to domestic territories during times of peace. So now they use it as a mechanism against the very people through an identification system. If you'll notice, that's when identifications came in as well.
What's it called?
State IDs through the enumeration at birth. Trading with the Enemy Act.
Well, if we trade with them, we want to fight them less. So I would say it's a good thing.
Only until the next government comes into power in that particular country they're trying to exploit that doesn't buy into the U.S. mandate, and then the CIA comes in and does a color revolution and plants a new guy in power, which was I was trying to bring up during the time of what's been happening in Ukraine for the last 20 years or 10 years. You know, the story we hear that Russia invaded Ukraine didn't happen. That's not what happened.
How do you
Right?
know
And-
that's not what happened? That's
Because I'm a Ukrainian in my family. I'm a first generation Canadian.
I know, but how do you know that's not what happened?
Well, here's what happened. They did elect a president in Ukraine in 2012. U.S. didn't like it because they said no to the U.S. CIA came in there, did a color revolution in 2014 and installed Zelensky. So the CIA has been doing what they've been doing all over the world in its history. And now they're turning on your own people now. They're doing the same thing
Well,
that they
those
did
are all
to every other
claims,
country
but I
in the
would
world.
need to see way more evidence behind it before I believed it.
Well, whether you believe it or not doesn't discount the
Well,
fact that
I mean, if
happened.
you're trying to convince me to adopt it, then it matters.
I'm not.
If you
I'm
don't
trying
care
to
if I
encourage
believe
you to
it.
do
If
your
you're just sharing
research.
your opinion, that's one thing. But I
No,
thought
I'm
you were
going to
trying
ask you. I will ask you to do your research like I did. That's what I say. What I say doesn't mean anything. Go research it for yourself.
What am I supposed to research? It's your. I assume this
The
is
history-
information
the
you
history of
want
the
me to
CIA
know.
would
So
be a
bring
big
me the information. I'm not interested.
No, I'm
enough
not going to
go
do that
research
for
it.
you. You're going to do it, but I'll tell you where to go.
I'm not going to do it. I'm not in. It's your topic. I'm not interested enough in your topic to research the facts you want me to know about things.
Well, this was just an example of the way things have been going in our world geopolitics in the last 100 years. That's all it is. It's just another example.
It's not an example if it's not true. So you made a claim that some things happened, and when I asked for evidence for the claim,
But
you said
you
to go do
decided
your
it's not
research.
true. How did you come up with that conclusion? You decided it's not true. So how did you
Well,
decide?
you just said because you're saying it doesn't make it true. We're at the stage where it came out of your mouth. That alone is not sufficient for it to be true. So if you have something other than just saying
Enlighten
it
me
to
then.
support
Jeff
your fact,
believes in
it's your
9/11.
claim. I can't enlighten you on your. I don't know why you believe what you believe. Why you
I'm
believe
just
that
I just
that's
gave
true.
you examples, but you refused to listen.
I didn't see anything. You didn't post a link or anything. I didn't see anything. You just talked.
Put me as a
Hey,
put,
little
as a put me as a
Taliban,
branch on
we
your
know
channel.
where
I'll put all
you're
the links you want. If you
hiding.
want this channel shut down, go ahead.
You can use the private chat though. That won't put the channel at risk. Oh, never mind.
Wait, what happened?
No,
What
he's
just
no. He
happened?
threatened the channel. I'm not. He's not sticking around.
What did he say?
How did he threaten the channel?
He said if you want the channel shut down.
Well, no, he said if you want to put your channel at risk, give him a wrench. You can post the links, and that wasn't necessary.
Why would that put the channel there? This is bullshit because people that come up and say true shit can point you to where you can verify the information for yourself. This is somebody that has some crazy theory that he's trying to come up and hopes he can convince or persuade people of.
Yes.
That's
so
all this is. When you ask for evidence, this is the same game they run every goddamn time you ask for evidence. It's the same pattern. I can map it out to the syllable.
Yes, I agree with you. So what he was doing was bullshit because he could easily put the links in the private chat if he had them. So
yeah.
So but he's claiming that the links are so dangerous, your channel going to shut down.
Yeah, that's bull. He's up here. He's bullshit, and I don't know what his game is, but I'm done with him.
It's just that's a standard truther.
In fact, Moose was headed to bed himself, so I'm figuring out whether to take a little break and then shift this over to my own channel for the rest of the night.
Like I said, I firmly believe it's tied to the Trading with the Enemy Act. So much so that I recently did a video on it in regards to a press article from Cambridge University itself agreeing with me and lined it out. So I read that over a series of videos explaining the Trading with the Enemy Act, how they've gone beyond the acts of war into times of peace, and beyond warring territories to domestic soil in using it against the people, and it is called an economic program of warfare. I'll pull
I
up the
have
link
it
and
pulled up
post
on Wikipedia. I'm reading about it now. I'm on your channel too. What's a video I could share?
it. Oops, let me
So
see here.
I do think that it's hard to, like, when you're talking on a panel and stuff and you whip some information out. I think
It's not hard for
think it
me.
is
I do it
hard
all the time.
Yeah,
hard
me too.
to pull
And I
pull up
have
a bunch
Google
of
at my
links and
fingertips. I
stuff.
have AI. I have Wikipedia. It's not hard. He's a producer.
But
He knows how to do
he
this
does
shit.
have a computer.
Yes.
He's got a
It-
computer there. He's got a microphone. He's got a professional setup. He should be
Yeah.
able to do it. And,
Yes, he could have shared the screen either too. This is BS. It's easy to do. If he's a producer, he could have done it. He doesn't have the sources. Otherwise, he would have shared them.
I thought you were a little quick on the draw though, like out of the back section. But then I was like, okay, I get it.
Listen,
You thought the
folks, even
channel
a
was a
dummy
risk?
can do this.
Well, when
I
he
didn't-
said if you want your channel shut down, that's what
Yeah.
triggered
Yeah,
him
that-
right there.
yeah,
I don't
he-
I don't take those kind of statements.
Yeah.
lightly.
Listen, folks, even a dummy can do this. So, Jeff, if you go to my channel, you're going to see 4 videos on there. On
All right.
the thumbnail, it's going to have a book cover, Trading with the Enemy.
Yeah,
go.
Trading with the Enemy
It's a-
Act.
It's a
Yes.
series of 4 videos, and I read directly from Cambridge University Press their article and how it agrees with everything I've been stating for the last 8 years.
Yeah.
All right,
But
I'm going to
yeah,
put the
but-
link.
But Canadian didn't need a wrench. He could have used the private chat. Period. And he already knew.
Yeah,
that.
but then the other tell is he wanted a wrench to post links that were going to get my channel shut down.
Yes.
Or Moose's
Oh.
channel shut down.
Oh, he
So
was
give me
asking
a
for a
wrench, I'll
wrench.
post links, but the links are so dangerous that they're going to put your channel at risk. So he wasn't looking out for the channel either way.
Exactly. So, yeah, he wasn't looking out for the channel, and he didn't want to say his sources because he could have just gave him a citation in the private chat.
You
Period.
know what? Praise God. Praise God. Jeff is taking care of this channel. He's making sure that we don't get shut down, and he's making sure idiots don't get to hang out too long here.
I will say the guy was correct
Here
in
to
his
help.
thing about. I will say the guy was correct in his thing about Ukraine. Like I said, it is it is a program of economic warfare, and that's what they used against Ukraine.
Well,
Because as it
again,
goes to the UN,
I would ask for
it-
the
well,
evidence.
let me finish. And like I said, just watch that Trading with the Enemy series, and you'll understand a little bit more. As to his direct information, I can't source it. You would have to talk to him. But in
It
the
was
meantime,
about the U.S. replaced the puppet, like installed a puppet government or something. That
correct,
specifically.
correct, because it goes again to that Trading with the Enemy Act in the UN, and they're using the UN as a control mechanism for the New World Order, which is itself the United States and the Trading with the Enemy Act.
It's going to take a lot for me to believe that. I
Well,
would need to
just-
see
like
a
I
lot.
said,
but
like I said, just watch that series of 4 videos. It's about an hour long for each one, and it's a very comprehensive but very understandable piece of work.
okay, I'll give it a whirl. I'll say that. Hey, Britt.
Yes, but yeah, I agree with Jeff. We should do nap time after we're done with this show.
Okay, I think we'll do that. We'll wrap up here.
Oh, here we go again. Right at the end, we have Mr. Broken System, Broken Trust.
Oh, is he? Do y'all want him on?
Yes.
BSBT, welcome.
What's going on, guys?
Not much. We were wrapping up, and then you
Red,
showed up.
this is an open panel. Open panel. That means you can come up if you want. That means almost anybody can come up here. It's an open panel. It's not aligning with anyone. It's an open panel.
Well, you guys earlier were saying like maybe you wanted somebody to come up, change the direction of the conversation, but I wasn't, intending on doing that. But I was curious what I did in chat earlier, Moose, to get timed out.
I hid you because I just tagged it off and on because you seem to be arguing repeatedly.
Yeah, I mean, when my
With someone.
ex-girlfriend's in a channel, I'm probably going to argue with her over stuff. So
I just don't
People will
understand why-
probably time that out on some channels, though.
well, I didn't think I was like arguing with her though earlier. I mean, I thought it was a regular conversation.
I don't know. I untimed you. I didn't. I
I
don't.
personally didn't want to read it, and I didn't want to take Jeff's stream off of my stream, and so I
So,
timed you out.
so you didn't read
Out
it.
of fairness.
So you didn't read it. You just timed me out for stuff that you didn't read. That doesn't make sense.
All right, now I'm
But
gonna
y'all
remove you
y'all
from
can
the
do
stream
this
too,
off
'cause
stream though. This is not
I don't do
stream
this.
worthy.
This is bullshit. Get out of here.
Okay, Moose. That was Moose. That wasn't me. So
I don't play these games, dude. You don't come here and then try to make yourself a victim and try to make it out like someone's trying to hurt you. Nobody's trying to hurt you here. I just don't want to hear you.
Yes, don't be a
Moose, do you
victim.
have clips for like when they give memberships? Do you have anything cool to play?
Oh yeah. Here we go.
Yeah.
Chuck, thank you again. I wish this.
I'm gonna come.
Yeah, so don't be a victim. Be a victimizer.
Paddle dance. I'm in my underwear, actually. Usually they pay to take it off, but today I think I'll end up putting it on to dance.
That's a little gay,
Maybe I'll put pants on later.
That applies so much.
I like that one better. I like that one better.
I like that one.
Well, okay, it was nice hanging out, everybody, and we'll see you at the next one. Thanks. No, seriously, Moose needs to give Moose has a little cup. He's been shaken too, and I wish I could pour about half of my cup into his, but
Yeah, wait a minute.
don't leave Moose out of the love.
It's
All right, I do need to end up. My D&D group is meeting tonight, and they're wanting me. So
All right, they want them.
but I'm willing to start.
I'm
I'm going to start
bed.
another one after that in a couple of hours.
So, yeah, and Jeff, what can I say, man? Do I really want to read a chat full of just nothing important to me? No. Do I want to read a chat that has nothing to do with you? No.
I think on your
why would
channel,
I continue to allow it?
Yeah, I think on your channel you should do your chat however you want, and I'll go along with it. I'll moderate it however you want. But on mine, I just wanted it very light moderation.
If they want to argue with their girlfriend over there, that's fine.
Yeah, that's all. It was...
I mean, if that's what they want to do.
Because a lot of times I like to capture, even if the conversation does seem important, I like that it's captured. So if I need to go back to refer to for whatever reason, it's at least all there. So I like to at least archive as much information as possible.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I have a channel too, Marie. It's at The Optics Are High.
Here, let me post it.
At The Optics Are High.
Yeah, give Moose some subscribes, likes. He's trying to get watch hours.
Yeah,
so.
and I would lighten up, but like BSBT has already threatened me a few times, so
okay.
He's trying to play victim, and I'm not into that. So thank you guys for your time, energy, and attention. Let's see. We had the Jack, Talcott, and Chuck portion of the show. That was pretty neat.
We may have made a little bit of progress.
We had the Stoic portion of the show. We had the Kamala drinking some jizz portion of the show. And yeah, I think we did. We really triggered all, we did all the points. I think it was a success. Maybe it was a failure, but either way, I'm out of here. I'm going to let you end the stream. Peace.
Okay, sounds good. Wiz, you got anything you want to wrap up with?
You know me. Be blessed. Love you.
All right. Thanks for it. Bye, dummy. Big dummy. No, good. Just kidding, Wiz. Yep, I'm out. I got to run. This was an experiment. Moose and I are trying. When you collaborate people, you got to get your flow. So this is an attempt to do that. So I think it's going to take a few more tries before we get our thing going. But the thing I like about Moose's thing is he's willing to take more risks than I am. So we can kind of sometimes have conversations here that I would necessarily encourage on my channel. So good. It's an extra space for conversation. And so we'll try it again. In the meantime, I'll be out later tonight. Take care, everybody, and see you then. Oh Lord, he has all kind of music. I won't play any of it. I don't know what any of it is. All right, bye everybody. We'll have to fake the rock tonight, which you're not supposed to do. You can't really. Thank you here. Look for more to come until y'all recognize all the patterns and there's no more surprises. All right, take care, everybody. See you soon. How do I end? Oh, Moose, I think you have to end. I don't have your end stream power. So I'm going to end it on my end, and then you can end it on yours, I guess.